Good evening, everybody. I've been not wanting to make this video because, just trying to keep things more to myself, but a lot's been going on that nobody's aware of. I haven't been feeling well in a while, and Donna has been acting crazy again for a while now. It started last month. People thought that she was doing better with me or this and that, but I just didn't bother making videos about it anymore. Trying to keep it private, but the woman is, I don't know, they changed her meds and she's just going off the walls with me lately and making stuff up, paranoid, delusional, just causing fight every day, all day long for 6 hours at a time. Like, she just won't, she's driving me crazy. And then I just found out again, then on New Year's Eve, she started a fight right before midnight, and it went past midnight, and then the next day, and then the next day, making me late for appointments, late for work, just going crazy with this arguing. I don't know what her problem is. And then today, she went to the doctors, and she went and reported me again, saying I'm abusing her. Meanwhile, I just got out of the hospital before work, and I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't good, and they found stuff, and never has Yale gotten back to me so fast after an appointment. It usually takes months, and after they did the MRI, the x-rays today, at the neurology department, they rushed an emergency MRI to be scheduled within a couple of days and a surgery. So I have to, and the surgeon called me right away, and I had to wait until I get the MRI done, which is going to be any time. And then I just got off the phone now, and they're rushing me to have an appointment immediately tomorrow, with a neurologist for my brain, something about my brain, because I started losing vision in my left eye last night, and the headaches have been getting worse, but I waited months because I can't get appointments right away with it. I've been so busy, and Donna's been driving me freaking crazy. I can't get any rest day or night in that woman's house. And she keeps getting me in trouble with authorities and the agency on the aging for no reason. I've been dealing with all this stuff, and I just keep trying to blame it on her dementia and just let it slide and let it slide. Meanwhile, I've been getting sicker and sicker, and I had to cancel a bunch of important appointments like this 3 times because I was late because of her. And, I don't know if it's cancer or what now, because there was a possibility months ago. That's why I was supposed to have this done months ago. But Donna kept causing problems, or something would happen, and I'd have to cancel my appointments, which takes 6 to 9 months to get on Husky, so that she can come first all the time, just to keep throwing me under the bus and getting me in trouble all the time. And then I find out that it could be too late, and they're really rushing this now, and I might need another surgery very soon. And, she knows about it, and she doesn't even care. She's so freaking, I don't know if it's the meds or what. She's like, no empathy, no sympathy, just, oh, okay, well, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know. And then she was threatening to have me kicked out today. And then she went to the doctors this morning, and then she told the doctors, I guess, she told the doctors all this stuff, and they might have to report me again. I'm like, what are you telling them now? And she's all mad. And you know what started this? I was hanging out with a girl from church, okay, the past month. And that started, Donna got really jealous and upset, thinking that I'm, spending more time with her, and I'm gonna leave her for this girl, and all this crap. And so she just started with all these, I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. I can't have friends. I can't ever, I had to leave the Fife and Drum, which was my only friends, because Donna was always needy, and I couldn't do the parades, and she was making me late for every time I have somewhere to be. She pulls some stunt and makes me late for my appointments for job interviews. for my fife and drum stuff, everything. So I have to keep quitting jobs and quitting the fife and drum and quitting everything because she's like controlling and just always a problem or always falling, or she'll fall somehow every time she knows I have something important to do. It's almost like it's done purposely. And then she blames me. She goes, oh, I had to bring the garbage out because Steven told. I would never tell her. I told her not to. The doctor said she's not supposed to be bending over. She's not supposed to be lifting or moving furniture or doing any of that stuff. She does it all the time. She doesn't listen. The other day, she made me late for a church thing at 4 o'clock because she needed me to go shopping with her and drop her off at the store. And so I'm like, okay. So at 2 o'clock, I'm like, Donna, come on. I got to be somewhere at 4, so let's go. I had to keep waiting. She kept washing the floor, and then she decided to start doing this other project, and she's walking outside, washing things, getting her feet soaked, her socks soaked, okay, and then tracking it through the house, muddy socks. And I'm like, Donna, I gotta go. Like, why are you doing that now? That doesn't have to be done now. Washing the dog's litter box or whatever it was. And I'm like, that doesn't have to be done right now. I have somewhere to be. So I drop her off and I said, please be quick. You have your list. I'll pick you up. Call me. She left her phone at the house. She never called. So I'm home waiting for her to call me to pick her up in the store. And it's getting really late now. And I realize I call her phone and it's in the living room. So I go to the store and she's waiting for me there. And now it's after 4 and I'm already late. And she had all this stuff that I had to bring in the house. So I was even later. And then it was all stuff I told her not to buy. She's not supposed to have sugary stuff and salty stuff. And she bought cakes and donuts and all this crap again. And she keeps doing this. And the doctor said to crack down on her because it's causing her brain to deteriorate faster. But the more you tell her no, the more she goes and spitefully does and says, that's right. You're not going to tell me anything. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to control me. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so I can't. But every time she gets sick or falls or has a stroke or ends up in the hospital, I keep getting in trouble because I'm her caregiver and power of attorney and I'm responsible for her. And I live with her. And they keep saying, well, where were you? And how did this happen? And to make matters worse, she tells them lies. She tells them, oh, well, I felt like I had to put the garbage out and that's why I fell. Why? Because Steven's always complaining that the house stinks. No, I don't. And then she goes, oh, well, Steven's complaining that, I need to put it out. And I'm like, no, I told you not to put it out. And she goes, so she lies. And then they come after me. How could you make some elderly woman who can't even walk? I don't. She's a friggin' liar. But this has been going on since before I moved in with her. I've been taking care of that woman since 2015 when she was my next door neighbor. And she got me jammed up with the police and this and that. But I'm like, okay, I know we have some mental problems here, but it wasn't even diagnosed as dementia until recently, the past couple of years. But now they're saying the dementia is not that bad. And so it's not really dementia. But she's got other issues. And even her daughter was on the phone with me for an hour last night and told me, oh, yeah, that's why I won't live with her. And there's some things that you don't know, but I'm not going to tell you. But, but there's some things that have happened in the past that mom's not telling you about her mental state. And I'm like, I figured that because she's on a lot of meds. And they just tweaked her meds again recently. And so she's been acting very crazy again and with this delusions and like, if I say, like, Donna, you've already had a couple donuts, you can't have any more cake today, and then she'll just, stop it, and she'll start crying, and stop, you're always on top of me, you're always controlling me, you're attacking me, and I'm like, oh my God, I just said, you're not supposed to have any more, or, Donna, I'll get the garbage, don't get the garbage, I'm gonna get it in a few minutes, she'll go and do it. And then she goes, you told me to do the garbage, and I'm like, I just told you not to do it. No, you told me to do it. I'm like, every time I say no, she does it. And then she says, I said. So she's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything I say to her, she twists around and throws at me. Then when she was like attacking me and arguing for 6 hours yesterday, I kept saying, stop, leave me alone. This is narcissistic abuse. It's harassment. Leave me alone. You need to respect my boundaries. Stop. She would not stop all day. And then everything I'd say to her, she'd turn around and she'd go, this is narcissistic abuse to me, And I'm like, Oh, please. Why do you take my words and use them against me? And she goes, because I can. And then she's just, it's like, I don't even know who she is. It's literally like the devil's getting in her and she's possessed. She's got multi-personality. And nobody sees this about this woman. They only see this innocent old woman, and she's sweet as pie most of the time. But there's like this every couple months cycle with her for years where she's like totally not herself. And I can't prove it to anybody. And then she goes and she even admitted to me. Last night she goes, I'm not going to go into a home, and I think you're going to go into a home and take my home. I'm like, no, I'm not. Would you stop with that? And she's just like, well, I'm going to make sure you don't. What she's doing is trying to discredit me as a caretaker so that nobody will believe me or listen to me, so that she thinks she's going to get me kicked out on the street and she'll be able to live alone. And I said, well, why would you want to do that to me? After 9 years of taking care of you, I put $10,000 the past year into this house, fixed your car, fixed your bathroom twice, painted the place. What is wrong with you? Like, you owe me money, if anything. Like, I've dumped all my savings into this place. I've lost jobs. You got me in trouble with the state 5 times, the police 4 times. Like, why are you doing this to me? And she's just like, well, I am not going to have it on my record that I'm mentally ill, and I'm not going to end up in a home or a mental psych ward. So I'm going to make sure that they don't listen to you. And I'm like, if only I had this recorded, and and then she'll start crying on a dime, like out of nowhere, I can't, she's like this emotional roller coaster mess. Meanwhile, I've been getting sicker and sicker. I haven't slept in more than an hour or 2 a night in weeks because she's stressing me out and making me always feel like I'm being kicked out and threatening to call the social workers and threatening to call the police. And I'm just trying to work 5 to 6 days a week, and I take care of her 7 days a week. And I've been so sick and in pain for months and not knowing what's going on. I'm losing my vision. That eye doctors don't know if it's glaucoma or a tumor. I had to keep canceling my appointments because of her, or I'm late because of her, or she'll oh, well, can you just bring me here or whatever? I'll be quick. And then she takes forever and she's not ready. So I'm late. Like she sabotages herself. She's her own worst enemy. Like everything she does, if she falls, and she does all the time, it's her fault. She doesn't use the cane or the walker. She goes out barefoot in the ice when it's slippery out at night to put garbage out. And then she'll blame it on me or the dog. The last time she said she tripped over the dog was in the house on the couch. He wasn't even outside. She lied. Okay. Then she said she tripped over the chair on the deck. The chair was pushed in. Okay. It's always, what she does is it's always someone else's fault. It's never her fault, but it's always her fault. And then she'll eat like a glutton. She keeps eating and eating and eating. And every week I say, Donna, you gotta make the groceries stretch. You're even eating my stuff. So then she decided she was going to wash the refrigerator the other day when I was there. I had just bought all these groceries for myself. Okay, they had to be refrigerated. She left the refrigerator door open for like an hour while cleaning the inside of the fridge, which I told her I would do on the weekend. Well, she didn't want to wait, so all my stuff spoiled. Now I refuse to take I have nothing to eat this week. And I refuse to take the money from her. I said, no, because if I make you pay every time you do something wrong to me, then God's going to punish me because I have to keep forgiving and turning the other cheek. If I take the money that you owe me for the groceries, then that's basically accepting you're making you pay for what you did. No, I'm not going to make you pay for the groceries. It was an accident. But you never listened to me. I told you 1,000 times, stop leaving the door open on the fridge for long periods of time. And she doesn't listen. And so it's just everything, every day. And then this other thing, she's been doing this burping, and it's so obnoxious, and she does it in church, she does it in the restaurants, but it's a nervous tick. It's because she doesn't do it when she's sitting around the house by herself. But soon as I start to talk to her about anything, what? What? I'm sorry. Excuse me. What? I'm not even exaggerating. 35, only when I'm trying to talk to her. And I'm like, Donna, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm trying. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? There's something here. I can't help it. So she went to the doctor today to figure out, and she already went there a million times, and they already said she has like a hernia type of thing. But listen, I can do the same thing. I always have air in here, and if I really want to force the burp up, like, I can do it myself. Okay? You don't have to force it up. If it's a natural burp, it'll come out on your own. She's got all these problems. So basically, this is her new thing now. And it's been 2 years she's been doing this. It started 2 years ago, where whenever she's challenged or you try to talk to her about something, and if she doesn't want to hear it, and if she knows it bothers me, like, Donna, could you please stop? I'm trying to eat. And she'll keep doing it all the more. Then she'll stand next to me and fart. And stand there, and it's like, oh my God, and I'm trying to eat, and I gotta leave the room and open all the windows. And then she goes, I'm gonna tell him that it's not my fault, and you're making me feel bad because I have gas. I'm like, who goes and purposely farts in someone's face all the time? You're so rude and vile. It's just, I'm sick of it. And well, they're never going to believe that I do that to you. I'm like, well, I know that you're doing it intentionally. Why? Why that's not even ladylike. That's not Christian. That's not normal. Well, and so then she goes and she tells the doctor again today, he makes me feel really guilty every time I burp or fart. I don't feel safe in my own house because I have gas problems. The woman drinks soda all day long, gaseous soda. And so she wonders, and she knows she's got a problem, and the doctor told her to stop, and she keeps doing it, and then she keeps doing. So it's like the more they told her to stop, the more she knows it bothers, the more she does it, right? She can't have lactose. She keeps eating milk and ice cream and stuff. And then it's like, it's constant. And I'm like, well, if you know you have a problem, why would you eat Brussels sprouts and milk and ice cream every day? When the doctor said not to do these things because you have a problem. And I'm like, I can't stand it. The more somebody tells her not to. So she was seeing a therapist. She refused to go because the therapist sided with me. We got her a nutritionist twice. She refuses to go because she keeps lying to the nutritionist, saying she's following the strict schedule, the strict diet for her health. She's not. She's not supposed to have salt or sugar. That's all she eats every day. And she lies, and then she sits there telling the doctor in front of me, I've been a good girl. I only had ice cream once this month. And I'm like, that's a flat out lie. You've had it every day for the past 2 weeks. No, I didn't. Just once in a while. I'm like, every day. She bought 2 boxes, doctor. 7 ice creams in each box. 2 weeks. She's had 1 a day, sometimes 2 a day. Plus donuts and cupcakes and cakes every day. And a whole box of Hostess cupcakes every day. What the hell? And she's diabetic. And she says, well, Steve doesn't have any healthy food in the house. What am I going to eat? That's not true. I'm on a fat-free, sugar-free Atkins-like diet, and I make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they're healthy. I still follow the diet plan because I have health issues, and I don't eat junk like that. And so she lies, and she goes, oh, I don't like this rabbit food. It's plain. I got to have cake now. So she'll have cake right before breakfast or dinner, and then she'll go and have more right after a huge meal that she just gorged herself on. And then she goes and tells the doctors, well, there's nothing else I can do. He feeds me garbage. That's a lie. I take you to the store. I've gotten in the habit of dropping her off because she says, oh, I only buy the same things all the time because you don't give me enough time to shop. I feel pressured. So I leave her there for 2 hours and let her call me when she's done. And it's always the same items every week. Junk, ice cream, cakes, cupcakes, all the cereal, rice cakes, just junk, carbs, salt, sugar, and then maybe a steak or 2. And some salad, which she never eats. We keep dumping it. So I'm like, Donna, what's the salad and the steak for? You're probably going to let them go rotten by the time we cook them anyway. She goes, well, you tell me to buy healthy stuff. There's nothing else I want. I get what I want. I'm like, Donna, I've taken you to Big Y. I've taken you to Walmart Superstore. I've taken you to all these different grocery stores, and you still only buy the same products. The doctor said not to buy. And then you go and tell them that I don't feed you healthily. You are lying. Well, they're not going to know that. I'm like, I know that. The bottom line is this woman, and then she goes to church with me. And she makes me late to mass all the time too. And so I'm always late for confession or mass. And even if I try to sneak out of the house in the morning to go without her, she's there waiting. Oh, hold on, I'm coming with you. And I'm like, but I don't want to deny her going to church because she needs it. Trust me. But this is ridiculous because I've had to literally go to confession every day, 7 days a week now because of her. Even if it's just in my mind, the hateful, angry thoughts, or I'm swearing like a trucker, or I'm whatever. Like this is ridiculous. Like if she wasn't in my life, I could be a saint. I wouldn't be so stressed. I wouldn't be going to confession every day. I would, I could have more time. I could work full time. Anyway, the bottom line is now I got to deal with another cancer scare. And this time it could be a big deal. The headaches have been getting worse. The fatigue. I'm falling asleep like I have narcolepsy. I'm in extreme pain every day. So now they got me nervous because I've been dealing with Yale for years. And it usually with Husky takes so long to get an appointment. But whatever they saw, and they won't tell me, they said, listen, we're rushing you for an emergency, right away. If they call you tomorrow, you got to go. And I'm like, wow, why emergency full body MRI? Why? Well, it needs to be done. And then you're going to be hearing from the neurologist for your brain. And cause we looked at something and she's like, and you're going to be hearing from your surgeon again too. And I'm like, okay. So I figured, okay, this is going to take months. Okay. Cause they never get back to me right away. They all called me immediately today. And then I just got off the phone a few minutes ago at work at this time at night. They're calling me, setting up an appointment tomorrow. So, and they're like, listen, and then I didn't hang up the phone right away, and I heard the nurse, or the receptionist, talking. I thought they were going to disconnect. Well, I was making my client food. So I just had the thing on speakerphone, and she didn't hang up. And then I heard them say, oh my God, this kid's in trouble. Oh my God. They thought I hung up. Then it disconnected. Okay? So, what the hell what do you mean, oh my God, this kid's in trouble? So, and meanwhile, now Donna's not answering the phone, and she knew all this. She knew I was getting sicker. She knew I haven't been well, and she's been pushing and making me more and more stressed, almost intentional. She knew I'd been to the hospital about 3 times the past couple months with cardiac issues because of her stressing me out. And so she purposely gets me riled up anyway, even though I'll get up in the morning, I'm like, Donna, please stop. I'm not feeling good. I'm dizzy. I can't breathe. I'm having chest pains. It's really bad. It's going down my arm. And she'll start instigating, keep going and going, get me all riled up anyway. Who does that? That's just flat out evil. And she sits there with a smile on her face. And I'm like, Donna, do you want me to have a heart attack or a stroke? Because you know I'm at a high risk. Why are you doing this to me? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean you don't know what you did? Why you got that shit-eating grin on your face? Why are you sitting there smiling like it's not her? And now I'm going to get into a supernatural thing now. I'm not kidding you. I have proof of this. I have friends in Pakistan who are Christians. Hold on, I need 2 hands. I got some friends in Pakistan who are Christian ministers, and I've also got a friend in India who's a Christian minister. These people are charismatic, and they keep contacting me with messages from God and about Donna and stuff, before things even happen, and they're always right. Well, after Donna's been pulling this stuff, they started contacting me again, the past 2 days, concerned, saying, listen, the Lord said, don't panic. He will deal with her. The devil's gotten into her. Literally, I can show you this. It's in my email. It's the devil. He's attacking you through Donna, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I haven't even made a video about this in a while. Nobody knows what's going on except for God and me and Donna. Okay, and my priest, because I have to keep going to confession and telling him what's going on. And it's just been a nervous wreck. And so these people, how is it that a pastor in India and a pastor in Pakistan who don't know the situation are both inboxing me, telling me, we're concerned, we're praying for you, you're having a health scare, Donna's got the devil in her, blah, 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 blah. So I know it is because it's the way it's happening. Like, it's the way it happens through her. It's like you got this normal, happy-go-lucky, innocent old woman, and then all of a sudden her countenance changes, and she's like, and she'll give you this cold, dark stare and a smirk, and she'll start. She'll go for hours and won't stop for hours. And she knows what buttons to push in me, and she knows what to say that gets me upset or worried or to make me cry or whatever. And I'm like, this is not normal. And I've been dealing with this since before I moved in with her, but more so since 2020. And I keep trying to get out of there. My credit is shot, and I have zero credit. The bank keeps denying me. I can't even get a credit card without astronomical interest rates. I don't have any money saved. I have $5 in my savings. I only make $300 a week if I'm lucky. And it's barely enough to get by. I don't have the ability to get first and last month's rent. I can't get approved anywhere. I keep trying. There's nowhere for me to go. And I can't afford the rent where I have looked. Even like the subsidized places and stuff. I can't afford it. Meanwhile, my health has been declining. So I'm like, and now I just got all this bad news, and it's just like, oh my God, I might need a surgery right away again, and I'm going to not be able to work, and I won't have any money coming in. Donna can't take care of me. And she's going and trying to get me kicked out of her house and building up a case against me for no reason, because somebody got into her ear, and I don't know if it's her daughter or her friend Ruth, who hates Catholics, and she's telling the social worker, Stephen made me become a Catholic. No, he didn't. He forbids me from seeing my Protestant friends. That is not true. I told them to come and visit her anytime they want. They don't want to come to see her because I'm living there, and they're saying that she's living a sinful life with a man in the house. I'm her caretaker. And then they're like, oh, well, he's a Catholic, so and now that you're a Catholic, we don't want anything to do with you. So she's upset that her stupid Protestant friends don't want anything to do with her. She blames it on me. You did this to me. You took my friends away from me. I'm like, oh my God, you can't blame me for what other people do. Well, if I wasn't Catholic and if I didn't take you in, I'd still have friends. The reason she went and became Catholic was because she wasn't even baptized, first of all. Second of all, so I got her baptized, otherwise she didn't help. Also, she couldn't drive. The doctors won't let her drive anymore, and she can't drive all the way out to Madison to church anymore every day. So she comes with me up the street. Because I'm like, listen, Donna, I can't bring you to church all the time, but I'm going to mine, so if you want to come to mine, it's better than nothing. Then she decided she liked it, and she started making friends there. And so she became Catholic. That was all on her. Okay? Everything. She keeps lying. Like, she insisted on going to the lawyer. I wasn't even allowed to sit in there in the lawyer's office. She went in there alone without me and put me on the will and in the deed and everything and put me as power of attorney and all that. And I said, Donna, you didn't have to do that, She goes, I did that because I don't want you leaving me, and because otherwise I'll end up in a home. So I figured you'll feel more comfortable and relaxed if you know that you're on the deed or whatever. So even if I die of a stroke, because I could, you'll have a roof over your head. I'm like, well, that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. I dumped thousands into the place. I mean, honestly, over the years, I furnished your whole place even before I moved in there. I've done a lot for you. So it is the least you can do is to think about me, And she's like, well, I have. But then after she did that, people started saying, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. And she's been on my case about it. Like, I wasn't thinking. Then she goes and has the audacity to tell people, I told her to do it. I forced her to. I did not. And I told her today, she made me late for a very important, I told her 2 weeks in a row, I said, I have this appointment. Do not tell me to go bring you to a doctor's on this day. Do not book it. I have to go. I put it off 3 times already. This is very important for my neuro health. Something's wrong and I need to see the doctors. So do not. So what did she do? She started a big fight this morning to get me all riled up. My blood pressure was through the roof before I even got to the doctor's. And she made me late for the appointment, but luckily they still took me, okay? I mean, she does this every time she knows I have something to do, or she'll jump in the bathroom right in front of, so I can't get in the shower, and she'll sit in there for an hour. Oh, did you have to get in here? I'm like, you knew I said, why are you up so early? You don't have to get up this early. I got up extra early you knew I was getting up early, so I can be somewhere on time. Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't. Well, it wasn't, it's not, I didn't do it purposely. Every time? Yes, you do. There was no reason for you to have to take a shower at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning when you know I'm trying to get up at the same time to shower so I can go to my appointment or my job interview. Like, she keeps doing this, and she always says, oh, I must have forgot. No, you didn't forget. You knew. Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just so, nobody will believe me. But this is not normal. And I've been dealing with this. I've been trapped. I've been her slave. Literally. She keeps dangling she's like, hey, you can always end up on the street at any time. You know, and so she keeps doing this to me, knowing that it riles me up, and then I can't sleep at night. I'm full of anxiety. She's literally killing me. And I can't go. She knows I can't. And then she told me today, your stepmother and family told me in 2020, all I have to do is call them. You know they're all police, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do know. They're my family. Of course I know. Why? What are you talking about? She goes, well, I'm just reminding you that all I have to do is make a phone call. And they told me they would remove you from the premises if I ever wanted you gone. I'm like, yeah, and I got news for you. No, they can't. She goes, yes, they can. They told me that. I'm like, let them try it, because I will not only bust their face. I said, but I will call the police, and I'm on the deed of the house. We're 50-50. I'm on your bank account 50-50. I'm on the lease 50-50. I'm on the deed. I own half of this place 50-50. I'm your power of attorney. Yeah, let them try to remove me for no reason. Oh, but you're abusing me. Son of a... I'm like, Donna, I don't have time for this right now. I am not feeling good. I have to go see my neurologist about possible cancer. You know this. Why are you doing this to me? I don't know what you're talking about. Doing what? And I'm like, okay, I've got to go. I've got to go. She kept it going and going and going and going. I ended up screaming and then being late because I ended up having stomach issues again. She gives me stomach issues. Like I've been so sick for weeks because of the nerves. So I'm trying to get out the door and I got to run back to the bathroom again because I'm having bowel issues because of the stress. Okay? Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Like, I'm so sick. And I thought I was it's her. I haven't been sleeping. Like, I haven't wanted to eat anything. I'm not even eating tonight. I'm not even hungry. She's driving me crazy and I don't know what to do, and I don't even have time. Like, what am I supposed to do? I tried calling the police. I brought the police over to the house a couple of times, and they said she's not going to stop doing this, so you have to figure out a way to protect yourself. And it's going to be her word against yours. You know that, because she's an innocent old woman. And I'm like, but this is fault. She's mentally ill. They're like, well, this happens often. Caretakers get in trouble often. So even the police knew, and they even told her, they said, ma'am, what you wrote up in that report at the doctor's, we've reviewed it ourselves because I let them see it. And they're like, you told nothing but a pack of lies and made this kid look like a criminal. Do you know what you can do to him? You can cost him his job. He could be arrested. What is wrong with you? And she's like, well, I was angry at him. So you admit that you lied to that doctor out of anger. Well, I was mad at him. And I'm like, they're like, ma'am, you could be mad without ruining someone's life. And so they're like, Steve, you got to get out of here. I'm like, officers, I try. I keep trying. I'm looking for houses all the time. I keep going to banks. They keep running my credit. I can't get a loan. I'm sick. Like, I can't even work full time. The other day, I couldn't even walk. I literally couldn't walk. My back and neck were so bad. I had to take all this Tylenol. I couldn't even move most of the day. I work every damn day. I'm on my feet all the time. Then I come home and she's up all night going through her crap, so I can't get any sleep. And then I got to go back and do it again. And this has been 4 years of this. And nobody believes me. they look at her and they listen to her bullshit side, and I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not abusing. I don't know where he's getting this from. I'm just, and then she starts, as soon as they back her into a corner and catch her out in her lies, the tears start flowing. What's the matter? And I'm like, I'm so sick of that bullshit crocodile tears. It's lie. It's a lie. She's a narcissist. She's got narcissistic personality disorder. She goes, stop calling me a narcissist. I'm like, you are a narcissist. Okay, let's explain. What's a narcissist? I'm like, how many times we got to go over this? You never are wrong. You blame everybody else for things you do. Like the other day, she spilt something in front of me and denied it to my face. I was sitting right there. I didn't do it. Donna, I saw you. No, you don't. I don't believe it. What do you mean you don't believe it? What are you, delusional? You just did it. Who says who? It's your word against mine. I'm like, Donna, it's not a debate. You spilt the pills all over. I was right here. No, you weren't. I was right here. Prove it. What do you... You know what? Never mind. I will clean it up. Just stop. I'm not going to admit to something I didn't do. Then she leaves the door wide open at 2 o'clock in the morning. Argues with me. I didn't do it. You must have done it. No, I did not. I locked the door and I check it before bed. And then I get up. It's cold in the house. I might have gone outside to get some fresh air and you didn't shut the door. No, you can't prove it. I can prove it because I locked the door behind you. Maybe it didn't lock. It locked, Donna. How do I know? I don't believe you, Stephen. I didn't see you do it, so maybe you left it open. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, you know what? Whatever, forget. This is what I deal with every day. Or she leaves the stove on and burns everything, or burns the microwave, or whatever. And she keeps saying, it wasn't me. Oh, the dog distracted me, or I was on the phone, or it was your fault, or you got me upset, or my daughter called, or it's always someone else's fault. Okay, so narcissists are never wrong, and they always blame someone else for what they do. Okay, they're full of pride. They will never admit that they did something. Never. They'll never admit that they're narcissists because they really either don't believe it or just won't admit it. And then there's the lying, the incessant lying and making themselves believe it's true. She comes up with stuff. Like if I say the sky is blue, she'll sit there and say, Steve is saying the sky is green. I'm like, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. I heard you. No, you did not hear me say that. Why would I say that? Yes, you did. I'm like, I'm not going to keep arguing with you over this. Well, and then she smiles and I'm like, okay, woman, like I'm just making examples here, but like, this is how bad, and it's constant. Or, okay, it's cold outside. So yes, I know. Okay. She goes outside without her jacket. Donna, I said it was cold outside. Don't you want your jacket? Yes, I know. Okay, so are you going to get your jacket on? Yes, I am. We're late for church. Are you going to put it on or not? So, don't tell me what to do. You don't need to. I'm not stupid. You're heading towards the car and the coat's inside. Do you want me to go get it for you? It's your fault. You distracted me. You rushed me. I've been waiting for you for 10 minutes. I rushed you. I didn't rush you. It's your fault. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, so it's my fault. You get your jacket, okay? It's constant. Like, it's just every day. And then she'll, for no reason, if I'm in a good mood, I'll wake up and then all of a sudden she'll be like, so, I got bad news. Donna, please, I haven't even had my coffee yet. What? What is it? Well, you're going to get in trouble with the social workers. Why? Well, remember the other day I went to the doctor's? Yeah. Well, they asked me some questions, and I just answered honestly. What do you mean you answered honestly? What are you talking about? Well, I had to tell them the truth. What are you talking about? I thought you were going to the gastroenterologist. I did. But then they were asking me if I felt safe at home and if I was abused, and I had to tell them the truth. I'm like, what did you tell them? Oh, just that you're always telling me to stop burping all the time. I'm like, I didn't say stop burping. I said, Donna, you could be a little more discreet about it. You don't have to be like, You can be like, you don't need to be so loud and obnoxious about it in the restaurant or in my face when you're sitting next to me at the table. Like, stuff like that. Like, have a little couth. Well, they said that that's abusive. And then I told them that you don't like me farting and I have a gas problem. I'm like, I asked you if you could stop standing next to me, or at least give me a little warning so I can get out of the way. But you do it all the time. You sit next to me and then you let one rip, or you'll stand there, let it rip, and stand there, and then you laugh and you walk away. That's gross. That's abusive. It's disgusting. There's no reason for it. I don't do that to you. I'm a man. Come on. It's not a lady. And then she's like, well, I just told him that, you're making me feel really bad about it. I'm like, your words are twisting things to make me look like an abuser. Well, I'm just telling the truth. That's how it comes across. I'm like, it's not coming across that way. You're lying. So everything, or, like, oh, well, you wouldn't let me eat what I wanted. What do you mean I don't have a choice? I can't stop you. Every time I have cake or something, you're always yelling at me. I don't yell at you. I say, Donna, how many pieces is that already today? You know that's no good. You're not supposed to have it. And you yell at me and snap at me, mind your business, and then I'm going to have another one too. And she does. And then she finishes the whole thing in front of me. And I'm like, okay, then eat to your heart's content. But if you get sick or lose your mind, that's your problem. Stop telling me I'm losing my mind. I'm not mentally ill. Bang, she starts banging on stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're normal. Okay, and then she tells them that I am calling her mentally ill and a narcissist and do you see how she plays the words? She twists everything to the 9th degree to make it a mountain out of a molehill so she could play victim all the time. And I think that what started this last round of this the past month or two was Julie, because I'm hanging out with my friend Julie, who she never approved of and doesn't like. Oh, and now she's telling me she doesn't want her in the house. She invited Julie over, to watch movies. She invited Julie to have dinner over our house. It's the only way I can see Julie, because I'm always with Donna. So she invited her, and now she's deciding, well, I don't think she's right for you. I'm like, we're not even dating. She's just a friend. That's none of your business. Well, she doesn't like you. Okay, great. I don't want her to she's not your friend. I'm like, Donna, stop starting trouble. I think I know if my friend's my friend. It's none of your business. You don't like her. No, I don't. So maybe she's not coming over again, is she? I'm like, if you don't want her to come over, then I guess not. I'll have to go back over her apartment then. Oh, you're going to leave me again? I never leave you. What are you talking about? If I can't see my friends here, then I guess I'm going to have to go there to see them. Oh, okay. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not your husband. I'm not going to be with you every minute of the day. I'm already with you every minute of the day unless I'm at work. Like, I need a life too. I quit the fife and drum for you because I was away too much and you kept falling or, spilling things or setting the kitchen on fire. So I can't do that. Okay. I can't date anybody because the last 3 girls you ran off and said they were trying to extort me and use me, and you started crying and getting jealous and embarrassing me. So I couldn't and didn't want to move to the house. So I can't date anybody. I'm a 44-year-old man. I can't date anybody. Okay. I'm her roommate, by the way, Donna's roommate. I'm 50-50. I pay bills there. I mean, hello. I can't date someone. I can't have friends over. This is because she wants all of your attention. And she feeds on drama. She's not ever happy. I make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's not enough. She'll start a fight at breakfast, start a fight during lunch, and start a fight at dinner. So I end up throwing my food away because I'm so sick I don't even eat it. I'm so aggravated. I lose my appetite. And she keeps, it's just, I had all this, by the way, I had it recorded. I did record a lot of this. Go figure that all my evidence was on my other phone and it fell in a pool. Gone. Destroyed. I got a new phone now. I haven't had time to even figure out how to do it yet. And I just don't, it doesn't work. She's already got so much against me. The point is, I have been not feeling well at all, so I can't even defend myself anymore. And now I got to find out about all this. And now I'm going to be doing a lot of doctor's appointments again and still trying to take care of her and still trying to take care of my clients. And I am spent. If I have a heart attack, this is why. I'm tired. If I have a stroke, do not be surprised because I can't take anymore. And this woman, there's no way out of this for me. I'm not going to go live in a half house. I'm not going to go in a homeless shelter. I have a right to have a home and a comfortable bed that I bought. I furnished that whole place. I bought the appliances. I pay a lot of my own way there. No, this is not right. This woman either needs to go into a home herself, or she needs to stop. And I just don't understand. It doesn't make sense for someone to purposely keep trying to not only sabotage themselves, but me. Like this, everything that this, all this woman's problems over her entire life, and I know her very well, have been her own choices. She was a pack rat slob. She's terrible with money. She went bankrupt. She lived in a house where the roof collapsed. They had to force her out of there for her own good because it was not stable to live in. And she was living in with rain pouring on her, sleeping with squirrels in her bed. I'm not joking. Her daughter had a newer house on the property, and it was so filthy with mold and rat poop and everything. You needed hazmat to go in there. It was that bad. They're both like that, okay? I tried to help them move. I got so sick. I was hospitalized because I'm allergic to mold, and it was that bad. I mean, did you ever see Hoarders where the room is filled to the ceiling? That was her daughter's house, and that was Donna's house. You had to climb over stuff, trash, food, carcasses, turkey carcasses. It was just, and she lives like that her whole life. Okay. And she was upset. She still reminisces on living there. I don't want to be in this trailer. I want to be back in Clinton in my old house. I'm like, that house was disgusting. She goes, well, I don't care. It was home to me. And I'm like, okay, well, it's gone. And they knocked it down and they sold it. And so you need to get over it. That was a long time ago. You know, and so, you know, she's just not happy. She's just not a happy person. And so and then she started saying today and yesterday and the day before, I was happy before I met you. Ever since you came into my life, I've not been happy. I'm like, you've even told me you were depressed your whole life, clinically depressed. You've had no happiness your whole life. So why are you blaming it on me? I saved your life 6 times in 9 years. 6 times. She's had over 6 strokes where she would have, if I wasn't there, she would have been on the floor. Nobody would have found her. Okay. She had COVID so bad. I can't even get into the details of what I had to deal with in the house. She was hospitalized like 6 or 7 times between 2020 and 2022. Who do you think was taking care of her when she was home? Who do you think was going back and forth to the hospitals, dealing with the doctors, okay, paying her bills while she was there, dealing with the banking, taking care of her mentally ill daughter, getting her daughter groceries all the way in Clinton back and forth every week, paying her daughter's bills with Donna's money, taking care of Donna's very sick cat, brought the cat to be put down finally. I take care of the house, cut the grass, furnish the place. Fix everything. Deal with I do everything. I pour all her meds for her the past 4 years because she can't pour her own meds. The woman can't do anything safely on her own without burning the kitchen down or leaving a door open in the night in the middle of a trailer park where there's drug dealers next door, or her car had to be taken away. So I had her sell it because I kept dumping thousands in it for her, and she would take it out and smash it up again and break the brakes 3 times a year. And I got tired of paying for it for her. So I said, Donna, just junk the car, please, because you're not allowed to drive anymore. And it was so dangerous. I drove behind her the last time when she drove it to the junkyard, and she hit every damn guardrail and pushed people off the road. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was fine. And she kept blaming everybody else on the road for her not being able to drive. She can't see out half her eyes. She can't hear anymore. She can't be driving. Her brain, they even said she cannot drive safely. The brain scans are very clear. You need to take her keys from her. She resents me. Now she's talking about getting another car and telling people I took her car and sold it on her. She had to sign the paperwork. She had to go to the town hall with me. I didn't do anything. I just brought her. Okay, I helped her to do it, yes, but they told her she can't legally drive. So now she's resenting me. I used to have a life. I used to have a car. You did this to me. You took the car away. Now I can't drive everywhere I want to go, and I don't have a life. Do I not drive you every day wherever I go, wherever you want to go? Yeah. Then what do you mean? It doesn't matter. You don't need to drive. I drive you everywhere. And I pay for the gas. And I pay for the wear and tear of the car. You got everything handed to you for free. You could be paying me $43 an hour to do what I do. You know that, right? Because that's what caretakers get, live-in caretakers. You don't pay me anything to do this for the past 9 years, let alone the past 4 years I've been living with you. I don't ask for anything from you. and I pay for groceries, and I fix your house and your plumbing and your bathroom and your car and your cat, and I put so much of I only make $300 a week, and most of it goes to you. You eat my food, I pay for groceries, I take you out to dinner, I take you to the movie, I pay for most of the stuff. Where does she get off? And the woman's got $100,000 in the bank, literally, or more by now. I mean, this is sick. I don't know how to describe it other than narcissistic abuse. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's all insanity. It's all lies. It's all the total opposite. Anything that woman says, you know it's the exact opposite. If she tells you it's raining out, it's sunny and 90. If she tells you Steve said something, he said the exact opposite. If I tell her, oh, you look nice today, she'll sit there and say, oh, Steve said I look terrible today. I did not say that. I would not say that. Why would I say that to you? You're wearing the dress I bought you. I did your hair and makeup today to get you ready for church. You know, so why would I sit there and say, oh yeah, you look bad? And then she'll sit there and she'll start self-deprecating. I'm stupid. Everybody thinks I'm stupid. That's all I've ever heard my whole life. Nobody likes me. I'm stupid. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I'm like, Donna, stop. You're not stupid. Donna, stop. You're not fat. No, who said that? I've never heard anybody say these things to you. You do. I've never done that to you. Yeah, you do. I'm like, you say it about yourself. And I keep saying, stop. Well, you're thinking it. Don't tell me you read my mind. You don't know what I'm thinking. I know you're thinking it. You don't have to say it. I know. Donna, you're delusional. Stop. And then she goes and tells people I'm abusing her and saying she's fat, ugly, stupid. These things come from her own mind. They're not even being said or done to her. She's saying it herself and then believing it and then blaming me for it. That was the fight 2 days ago. We were just having a nice dinner, and all of a sudden, you said I'm stupid. When did I say you were stupid? Well, you said I did something stupid. I'm like, Donna, I never said you were stupid. You did. I said, however, you keep doing stupid things, and like, why would you let the dog lick your open leg wound when the nurses just discharged you and told you to keep it clean? And they told you not to do that because it keeps getting infected, and now it's infected for a 5th time. Now we got to get the nurses back here again. You keep doing the same stupid things over and over again. Well, I can't control it. You can't control a 10-pound chihuahua from jumping in your bed and licking your open wounds. He just does it. I don't have control. You're blaming the dog. The dog's trying to heal you because your leg is oozing and he thinks he's helping you. You need to be an adult and say no. Or keep it wrapped up. First of all, it's supposed to be wrapped up constantly, they said. Why aren't you wrapping it? It doesn't matter. So you're blaming. So she told the nurses and the doctors. So the doctors wanted to have the dog removed from the premises because she says that the dog made her fall several times. Not true. She says the dog bit her. Not true. She said that the dog made her, she's mad at the dog because her toes were amputated a couple years ago. Do you want to know why? First she blamed me for that. She was diabetic. Her toe was rotting. I kept telling her, you need to get that checked out. You need to get it checked out. She put it off and she kept canceling the appointments, fearing they were going to cut off her toes. It got so bad and infected that they had to do surgery and cut the toes off. Meanwhile, do you know what she was doing? Letting the dog lick her toes every night. And I kept saying, Donna, stop it. That's disgusting. I don't want my dog licking your toes. That's so unsanitary. You're going to lose your toes. You can't do that. It's fine. It's fine. It feels good. That's disgusting. Stop. Stop. She kept doing it. Then she tells the doctor, the dog did this to me. I am infected because of his dog. I couldn't get him to stop licking my toes. I'm like, you couldn't get my dog to stop licking your toes? First of all, who sits there, with bare feet next to the dog? Okay, I mean, it's not the dog's fault that Donna takes her shoes and socks off and shows the dog her foot and lets him lick it and then blames the dog. And then they said, ma'am, you should have been here sooner. Do you know what she told them? Stephen wouldn't take me to the hospital. I asked him so many times. That is not true. I kept saying, Donna, we need to get that looked at. You need to go to the hospital. The hospital's right next to where I work. I said I could drop you off on my way to work. I have a short shift. Call me and I'll pick you up, or I'll pick you up on the way home from my shift. No, it's okay. It's okay. Then she tells the social workers, I lost my toes because Steven's a bad caregiver and he wouldn't take me to the doctors when I asked him. That is not true, as God is my witness. I got in trouble for that. Okay? So far I've gotten in trouble for every fall, her diet, her toes being amputated, a wound on her leg, bruises from all the falls. By the way, she fell another 6 times and didn't tell me for days. So if I didn't see her fall and didn't know she fell when I was at work, how am I supposed to know? So when the nurses came and they saw bruises all over her, I didn't even know they were there, okay? They were questioning me. Are you abusing her? No, why? Well, where'd these new bruises come from? I'm like, I have no idea. Did she fall? I'm like, not to my knowledge. Yeah, I did. Well, why didn't you tell Steven? I don't want him yelling at me. Why would he yell at you? He always yells at me, so I don't want to tell him. I don't yell at her unless I get mad and say, Donna, why did you fall again? What were you doing? Oh, I was carrying a heavy bucket of water out on the porch, and I fell. You're not supposed to be carrying heavy buckets of water. Why are you doing that? Oh, I just wanted to wash off the doormats. I would have done that, Donna. I'm here. I do all that. No, I want to do my own things. I don't want you doing everything. I want to be me. I have no life. I want to do my own stuff. I don't need you to do everything for me. So I can't stop the woman, okay? But soon as she messes up and falls, I get blamed. He made me do it. He complained the doormats were dirty. All I said was I want to buy new mats, which I bought the ones that are there. And I said, I'm going to get new mats. She goes, oh, no, why do you want to get new mats? I'm like, they're filthy and they're old. They're like 5 years old. It's time to get new mats. In her brain, I'm going to go wash them and try to salvage them with hot boiling water, and then spill it all over and fall. And then blame Steven because he wanted to throw the mats out. First of all, they're my doormats. If I want to throw them out, I should be able to throw them out. Second of all, if I want to replace them, I should be able to replace them. Third of all, who told her to go fill a bucket with boiling water, okay, when I'm not home, a big vat of it, and then dump it outside and fall? See what I'm up against? But she denied and said, I made her feel like she has to do it. Being a Christian, there's things that I almost prayed to, I literally wanted, I can't even say it. Like there was things that I've been praying to God. I'm like, Lord, put it this way. If the woman passed tomorrow, good. I don't know what else you want me to do for her. I'm trying not to have hatred in my heart and unforgiveness. I keep going to confession literally every day now. I can't take, this is ridiculous. That's why the Bible says you can't be around toxic people who make you stumble. You know, like, and then I realized, but now I'm getting text messages from Pakistan, from India, saying, the Lord has a word for you. You know, do not panic, don't fear, don't worry. He knows what's going on. The devil's doing this. He's in her. He's in Donna causing trouble. Well, duh. But I don't know why. Because she goes to confession with me. Every time I go, she goes. She goes to Mass every time I go. She receives Holy Communion. She reads the Bible every time I'm looking at her. She's got the Father Mike Schmitz and the Halo app going, and the Rosary, and the Bible, and the Catechism every day. That's all I ever see her reading and stuff. Then, oh, and by the way, she's tired of doing that. So now her latest thing is blaming me. Steve won't let me watch my secular movies and read my murder mystery books or my, those steamy sex novels that she had a ton of. I didn't say, I don't care what the hell she does at this point. I just said a couple of times, I said, Donna, if you're really going to be a Catholic, you can't be watching 50 Shades of Grey and reading 50 Shades of Grey and watching that kind of stuff. You should get rid of that. And she didn't want to. I'm like, hey, I can't force you, but you're leaving doors open to the devil in this house if you're going to have that stuff knowingly in this house and use it and watch it. I'm not going to participate in that. So no, I will not watch that. And I will not read those books. And she's like, oh, well, so you're a goody two-shoe, so I have to feel guilty every time I want to read one of my books or watch something that you don't approve of. I'm like, Donna, do what you want. You're a 77-year-old woman. I can't stop you. But I'm not going to do it, and I've got to tell you the truth. It is sinful. and it is inappropriate, and I'm not going to enable it. I can't stop you, but I'm not going to give you my blessing. Oh, so all I'm supposed to do is just sit and read the Bible and pray all day like you? That's all I'm supposed to do. You and Bob, that's all you do is pray, pray, pray. Work, 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 pray, pray, pray. Well, that's what I do, yes, but nobody told, do what you want. I said, you need to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, like I have to, like everyone who wants to go to heaven has to do. So the rules apply to you too. Well, I'm not going to be a Catholic anymore. I'm going to go be Protestant again, she says. I'm like, then go. If that's your attitude, I said, but I'm warning you. You're going to piss God off. You're upsetting him, not me. I could care less. I can't stop you. Go and be a Protestant. I'm not going with you. I warn you, it is a sin once you have the fullness of the faith to turn your back on it again and go back, but do what it was easier as a Protestant. No, my pastor, he's gay and he let me watch whatever I want. I'm like, that's because he's Protestant. Then go. I can't get there. You won't let me. I'm like, I won't let you. There's a public bus. You got my ride. You got you got friends that can bring you. Hey, no, I'm not going to drive you to a Protestant church all the way out, almost 45 minutes away from here all the time. No, I'm not. Sorry. That's not my problem. Well, you took the car away. Now I can't go. The doctors took the car away from you. You're not allowed to legally drive. Stop blaming that on me. I did not take the car away. You chose to sell it. And what did you do with that $450 you got? You went to Stop and Shop and bought a ton of cupcakes, cake, junk food, cereal, all kinds of garbage. You should have put that in the bank and saved it. But instead you wasted on garbage. Okay? Now you're blaming me. So, what am I supposed to do, guys? Like, I don't have time for this. This is my home. I have to live there. If you came into my room and saw all the meds I'm on, if you saw how I live, like, it looks like a chapel in there with a ton of pharmaceuticals. I'm not well. I don't tell everybody these things. I have to work. I have to live. I offer up myself. There's nothing more I can do. But now I'm hearing bad news now. I don't need this. And you know what? If I end up with cancer, it's from the years of stress and anxiety and sleep deprivation and misery. So I can't blame it all on Donna. I really blame the devil, honestly, because I can't blame it all on Donna, because this is not normal. It's probably the devil. But she is allowing him in somehow with her gluttony and all these things she does. I can't even get into some of her personal sins that I know she's doing that are very bad. But for me, I've put medals all over the house. I've had the house blessed by Father Turner twice. I've got exorcism salt and water in every corner of the house, inside and out. There are Benedict blessed medals in all corners of the house, on the windows, literally, in the ground. Okay, I don't know what else to do. The place, it's like the devil shouldn't be able to step foot in there. But no matter what you do, if you open the doors and allow him in, you can't stop him. Your sin gives him license to wreak havoc. So, and I warned her 1,000 times about her ways, but she doesn't listen, and she accuses me of hammering her and forcing her. And so I told her a long time ago, I'm like, then you do what you do and let me do what I do. But stop complaining that I don't spend time with you because I'm always reading my Bible or I'm always making my videos. Now she's attacking the videos. You don't want to talk to me. You don't spend time with me. You're always on the phone making religious videos. Donna, you're usually sitting on the other end of the table listening, and I told you don't have to. You say you want to, that you learn a lot from me. Then you go and complain. She goes, well, you always say you don't like to talk, but you talk for hours on the video. That's on a video. Well, but then you don't want to talk to me. I'm like, Donna, because all you do is fight and argue and say stupid things. And she says blasphemous things about the Bible. Things that get heated arguments because she'll sit there and say, I don't agree with God about women. I don't agree. It wasn't Eve's fault, it's Adam's fault. Or I don't think women should have to submit to their husbands. And how come women can't run the house? Why is it got to be? And why can't we be priests? I don't agree with that. And I'm like, heresy, heresy, heresy. Would you watch what you say because you're going to anger God? And you're going to be judged for every word. You are challenging God, not me. Well, you're the Catholic. I didn't make the rules. I got to follow them too. And I don't have a problem. Of course you don't. You're a man. Oh my gosh. So, okay, yeah, whatever. So, it's nonstop with her. So she's very angry and resentful because Julie's in my life. So I haven't even seen Julie in a while. She didn't like Jessica. When I went to seminary, she screamed at me the day I left and said, "Oh, what am I going to do? I feel used. You've been my friend for years, and then you just leave and go to seminary. Now I'm here by myself in this park. What am I going to do?" I got a call from God to be a priest. I'm sorry, I can't worry about you. You've got friends. At the time, she was a Protestant. She was at church like several times a week. She drove at the time. She was self-sufficient at the time. She had a daughter who was more in part. She didn't need me. What happened was this woman got attached to me or fell in love with me and then was upset and literally, she asked me to marry her a couple times over the past 9 years. She wanted me to, a couple times in Walmart, buy her a ring. I'm like, why would you want me to buy you a ring? I'm not going to buy you a ring. Well, nobody's ever bought me a ring. I want one of those fake wedding rings. I'm like, well, then buy it yourself. Well, it's not the same. I'm like, I'm not buying you a ring. I'm not your boyfriend. Well, okay, fine, don't. So I bought her like a pin, a butterfly pin or something. You know, like it's just, this is what, something's not right. And I know that. And all I can do is beg God, get me out of here. Get me my own place. Give me a better job. What do you want me to do? My health is getting worse. I can't work as much. I'm stuck here, Lord. I have no credit. I have no money. I have no way out. It's this or death. What do you want me to go outside and freeze? You know, and what's going to happen to her? What's going to happen to her if I leave? She's going to end up at home. She cannot stay safely by herself. How's she going to get all her meds? I pick them up several times a week. I pour her meds. I have to make sure she takes them right, otherwise they end up all over the floor. Or she overdoses. And that falls on me too, by the way. I got to make sure she eats properly, otherwise she won't eat anything but junk. I got to take her shopping every week. I got to take care of her daughter and make sure her daughter's money's in there twice a month. I got to do her bills for her. She can't write out checks anymore. I do everything for this woman. So if I were to just leave and she had no one to replace me, she couldn't survive. She'd be on the floor in a couple of days, or worse. The house would burn down. God knows what. And as a human and a friend and a Christian, this weighs on my heart. It is not ethical or moral at this point to just back away and leave the woman high and dry. That's cruel. You can't do that. I can't do that. I've been a caretaker for many years. I cannot do that. So I told her that even if I were to get my own place, I would still help her with everything I agreed to. But I'm not going to be a doormat. She's going to have to work around my schedule, and she's going to have to stop making ungodly hour of doctor appointments. She keeps saying, oh, that's what they gave me, that's what they gave me. 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m. Come on, Donna. You know I work until 2 in the morning. So why would you make early appointments? Well, that's all they gave me. I'm like, no, you could have requested something. Well, I didn't know that. I just took what they gave. They won't let me. So, you know what? You know how many times I've called them up and said, no, this is not acceptable. I have to drive her. Give me another appointment. And then easily pushed it off till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Then I had to hear, well, I've always done things early in the morning. So you could do it later for my convenience, who has to bring you there. But you prefer the morning. Yeah, this way I have the rest of the day to myself to take a nap and do what I want. I'm driving you. I'm the one that has to do this stuff. You have no rights. You've got to work with me now. You're not driving yourself anymore. Hello? You are inconsiderate of other people's time. I have to work every day. I go to church 3, 4, 5 times a week. I take care of you 7 days a week. What the hell? Like, you can't keep doing this. You can't get everything you want when you want it. Yes, I can, and I do, and I will. Then you know what? You better start ordering rides or paying for a taxi cab, because I am not doing this. So she said, fine. So suddenly, all of a sudden, after all these years of driving me crazy, for almost 9 years, she decides, oh, she can use a medical cab. Why didn't I know about this 9 years ago? Do you know how much time and gas and wear and tear I could have saved driving this woman? She's got 5 appointments a week and like 10,000 specialists. She's got so many problems. I'm going crazy without sleep trying to get her to all her appointments, go to my appointment, still go to work. Not fair. Talk about burnout. Then just to find out, she tells me finally because she didn't want to budge on the early appointments. Well, I could just use my ride. What? Oh, I could have used my ride. What do you mean, my ride? What's my ride? Oh, it was available a long time ago. So yeah, I could just, a couple dollars a day, and they pick me up and they bring me home. Why didn't you tell me this a lot earlier? Didn't think of it. When did you find out about it? Oh, I've always known about it. Did it never occurred to you, Donna, that I'm not well? Or that I'm working late and that I need to get some sleep? And and not only do I have to bring you to your appointments, I got to wait 2, 3, 4 hours there with you, bring you home, and then rush to get ready for work. And sometimes go day after day with no sleep at all. Days on end. So I can go and make a paycheck and still take care of you first and foremost. God was getting pushed to the background because I could not keep God first and Donna first and go to work. There was just no way. My ride does wonders, a lot of it. Now you know her new thing is, even when I'm not even talking to her in the morning, she starts crying as the my ride picks her up. Oh, what's the matter, man? What's the matter? No, nothing. Is he abusing you? I get a phone call from the social workers. Hi, this is so-and-so from Yale something doctors. Yeah, is everything okay with Donna? Because I know she's supposed to be there. Yeah, she's fine, but we got a report from a bus driver that you abused her. What are you talking about? I was in bed. Well, she said that you upset her before she left the house, and the woman cries all the time. I didn't even talk to her this morning. I was in bed when she left the house. Well, all I know is she told the bus driver, so the bus driver reported to me, and as a medical secretary, I have to report this. I'm like, oh my God. And so when Donna gets home with that shit-eating grin on her face, I'm like, Donna, you did it again. I don't know what you're talking about. What did you do? Nothing. What did you do? I got a phone. Oh, they called you? So you know. I thought they were gonna. So you knew. What did you say? Nothing. The guy was wondering why I was crying. Why were you crying? I don't know. So what did you say? Why don't you just tell him you're bipolar and that you have crying spells? No, they're going to think I'm crazy. So what did you say? I just told him that you and I had a fight a couple of days ago, and a fight. A fight. Yeah. What was I going to say? The truth. That is the truth. We argued 3 days ago. You're crying 3 days later in the morning. Well, it's bothering me. Oh my, you're making me out to be a monster all the time. Stop it. No, they don't care. It's not a big deal. I keep telling you it's a very big deal. You keep getting me in trouble. Stop throwing me under the bus. Well, I'm not going to end up in a funny farm because they think I'm crazy. So I'm going to have to use you because I'm not going to get in trouble because I know what they do to people like me. Once they put it in my record that I'm psychologically messed up, I'm going to end up, they'll never take me seriously, and I'll end up in a home. Donna, they can't just take you from me unless I want them to. Well, what if you decide you want to? What if you leave here one day? I see you looking for houses. I know you're looking for places to go. I hear your phone calls. You're trying to get an apartment. What's going to happen to me? I'm not leaving this house. And if you leave, I might end up in a home. So I'm going to make sure. And so that's what this is all about. You're mad that I'm looking at a place of my own. That's right. So you throw me under the bus in order to protect yourself? She was, hey, I got to do what I got to do. I'm like, you better tell them that. No. I'm like, Donna, so help. She goes, it's your word against mine. And the doctor gave me a clear bill of health. I don't have any mental problems. If your doctor had any idea what I know, you would already be in YPI. No, well, he's not going to know. I've already told him my side of the story. So it's your word against mine. Who do you think they're going to believe? People, this is a horror show. This is the truth that I have been living with, and this is why I do not like to talk about it. And don't give me that I'm violating HIPAA crap, because I'm not. And I'll tell you why. I am not her professional caregiver. She does not in a contract with me. I'm not working for an agency with her. I'm not paid to do this. I was her friend and neighbor and fellow Christian. I wish I never met the woman. However, when I first met her, I'll tell you how we met. I moved into the park, and I wasn't even moved in yet, and my electric bill was $400 a month. And it was supposed to be $30 because I only had a refrigerator going before I moved in there because the place wasn't ready to move in. Meanwhile, her bill is $30 a month. The meter lines got crossed somehow. So for months, a couple years actually, it took 2 years to fix this, by the way. She's sitting there in the middle of the day with all the lights on, air conditioners, TV, radio, everything going. Because that's what she does. Waste energy, waste money. I had to pay it. And so when I found out, what happened is because I went to the box and shut everybody's off. And I figured the person, if I shut mine off, somebody's going to come out screaming, hey, what happened to my power? It was her. I shut off number 21 and 24 went off. And I shut off 24 and 21 went off. And I'm like, So now I know I'm paying her bill. So she argued with me over it at first. And then we became friends, and she broke her ankle or whatever, so she couldn't drive to her appointments. Oh, you're my neighbor. Do you suppose... Now, I was working 60 hours a week at the time, by the way. But being a good Catholic boy that I am, elderly person in need, I went to Charlie's Closet, I got her a nice wheelchair, and I started bringing her to all her appointments. Physical therapy 3 times a week, her doctors. This went on for almost a year because she couldn't drive. She had a boot on her leg. Bring her to the store. Bring her to her daughters. Go shopping for her daughter. Little by little, more got piled onto Steve. I couldn't say no because she was all that I had in the park. I was all that she had. She kept making me feel guilty. Oh, I don't have any help. I don't have family. I'm a little old lady by myself. What am I going to do? I guess there's nobody else in the park for you to leech off of. I'll do it. I'll do it. Meanwhile, I was trying to get to seminary anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, what kind of priest am I going to be if I don't help the elderly neighbor? You know, you got to help the neighbors, widows, orphans, elderly. I'm just doing what God would want me to do. But it was putting a strain on me. Somehow, we became friends, and next thing you know, she kept coming over my house. Even when I was sleeping during the day, because I'd work nights. Then she started helping me with my dogs. The dogs were diabetic. I didn't like to have to give them needles twice a day. She's a nurse. She said she would do the needles for me when I was at work because I couldn't do both of them if I was working. So I gave her a key to my place. Next thing you know, hey, would you like me to start getting your mail? Because I'm going to the mailbox anyway. So I gave her a mailbox key. Every day, and even when I told her not to, she would still go get my mail because she'd like to go through my mail and see what I'm getting. Okay? So I kept telling her, you don't need to get my mail even on the weekends. I got it. You only need to get it on certain days or when I ask you to get it. She kept doing it anyway. I had to take the key away from her. Then she had a fit, so I gave her the key back. I gave her a key to the house so she could watch the dogs when I was working doubles. Okay? Next thing you know, I start finding socks and underwear of mine in her house. She got out of my laundry. I questioned her about it. She denied it, even though I had the proof in my hands. Oh, it must have... I don't know how that happened. I don't know. Maybe I thought it was mine. How could you even get access to it? It was in my bedroom. Why would you be in my bedroom? Oh, I wasn't. Maybe when we went to the laundromat, because I used to take her to the laundromat, it must have gotten mixed up somehow. Yeah. That's why they're still dirty. Anyway, so I let that slide. But I'm like, okay, that's creepy. Next thing you know, she's starting to eat my food out of my refrigerator. I bought a $30 cake for my birthday party. She decided she was going to help herself to it, dropped the whole thing on the floor. I never even got to eat any of my cake. I let that slide. And I said, hey, Donna, do I go over your house when you're not home and just help myself to your refrigerator? Well, I didn't think you'd mind. Well, I kind of do. Especially since it was a $30 birthday cake that I had bought for my birthday party, and I can't afford another one, and it's all over the floor. So, and I just cleaned the floor. And now, well, I tried to clean it up the best I could. Never mind. It's okay. Then it was like every day she was over. Then it got to, I'm sleeping and I wake up and she's standing looking at me next to my bed. Scared. How'd you get in here? You gave me the key. Donna, why are you here? I'm trying to sleep. Oh, I'm just checking on you. You know you snore, right? You have sleep apnea? I'm like, yes, I'm well aware. Well, I was just making, I'm a nurse. I can't help it. I was just making sure. I heard loud noises and I wanted to make sure you're okay. I'm like, Donna, I'm a single man who lives alone. It's okay. Trust me. Don't worry about it. Please don't wake me up. I got to go to work tonight. Like, I work third shift. Like, I go in at midnight. Like, I'm trying to sleep. I just got home at 9 in the morning. It's 11 in the morning. So she would do that. Oh, okay. I'd wake up. I'd find her watching TV in my living room. Hey, hey, Donna, I guess this kept going on and on. So I just stopped even getting aggravated with it. I'm like, okay, obviously the woman's lonely or whatever. So I just let her, get away with all that. So that's how we became tight friends, because I was trying to be a good neighbor and stuff. Then there was a couple times where I had financial trouble. I couldn't pay my bills, and so Donna gave me the money, and then I'd pay her back when I got my paycheck, because I was getting paid bi-weekly at the time, and the rent was not going to wait. So she would help me, and I'd pay her back, and then she'd help me, and I'd pay her back. Or if she needed something, I'd give her money, and she'd pay me back, whatever. So we helped each other, as Christians do. And that's how Donna and I became a thing, But then she started saying strange things. She'd start crying in the middle of a restaurant and people would be like, is he abusing you? Oh, no. And I'm like, okay, so that used to aggravate me. She's always done that crap. But now she tells people I'm doing stuff to her when I don't. But before, she used to just admit that she just has emotional issues, right? Okay. So this has been going on since 2015. And it was happening all the time when I first met her. Like, she'd be over at my house for dinner or watching a movie, and I'd start bawling her eyes out. I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong now? No, I don't know. Maybe you offended me. How did I offend you? I don't know. You must have looked at me the wrong way. I didn't even look at you, Don. And then then she started blaming me. I noticed from like 2016 to 2018, this was a habit now where she'd start crying and start blaming me. You said something and rubbed me the wrong way. You made me feel insecure. You hurt my feelings. And that's when that started. Back in 2016, 17, she started this crying and blaming me. This is before I even moved in with her. So I said, okay, I know we're dealing with a bipolar person here, so we're not going to take that personal, okay? I'm going to be going to seminary soon. I don't have to deal with this much longer. So I dealt with that. Then she got on the right meds and it stopped. And I'm like, oh, thank God. No more crying and blaming and delusional and all this. But then there was the, what, maybe we should get married. What? No. Well, everybody in the park's talking about us and they see us together all the time for years and they know I'm here late at night. They all think we're having sex. No, Donna, they don't. Trust me. I know all the neighbors and they've never said that to me. They wouldn't think that. Stop. That's disgusting. Well, sometimes people date, it doesn't matter. Some ladies date younger guys. Never gonna happen. Stop. She started that back in like 2018. And I had to keep telling her, stop. And then she'd start crying and run out of the house and get mad. So now I'm like, now what do I do about this woman? Because, she's attached to me, whatever. Then she went ballistic when I moved to seminary. Got in a car accident the day I left and blamed that on me. I was in a U-Haul on my way to Wisconsin. Told everybody that she got in an accident because she was so upset that I left her. I used her, extorted her, and then left. You want to know the truth? I gave her $2,000 before I left when I sold my home. $2,000 I would have later needed. I gave it to her because her car was broken and she had no heat or air conditioning, and I wanted to make sure it was okay. It wasn't safe for her to be driving in the winter with no heat. She gave the money to her daughter. Never fixed the car. Okay. Then she kept calling me almost every day for a couple months until I yelled at her and stopped answering her calls. When I'm at seminary, she kept calling and calling. There'd be a ton of missed calls on my phone at seminary. I'm like, Donna, I can't be on the phone. I'm in a religious order. I'm very busy here. You can't call all the time. Well, I just miss you. I'm just making sure you're okay. I'm fine. Stop calling so much. I will call you when I can, once in a while. I keep telling you, religious life is not normal life. You can't just call me. She kept doing it anyway until I just stopped. Then she stopped calling one day. Then when I moved back in with her, she started, oh, now you want to come back. You leave me high and dry, and now you need a place to stay. And she started doing that crap to me, okay? Threatening to put me out in the middle of a pandemic, all that other stuff. Then she had a major stroke and almost died, so I was there. Luckily, I was there that night, and I saved her life. So she says, well, I guess you could stay. I guess you come in handy because the doctors are saying I can't be alone. So they'll put me at a home or whatever for a while if I don't have someone living with me. So I guess you could stay. Oh, gee, thanks. Then she had another stroke and ended up telling them I was abusing her and all this other crap. And so that's when 2020 is when she started making false accusations. She'd start crying on the phone or whatever and blame me. Okay, to cover up her mental illness, she would say, oh, the guy I live with, he's upsetting me. I wasn't doing anything. I was at home. She was in the hospital. She would blame me. So the social worker started getting called on me. And it just became a thing after that to keep reporting me. And she just did it again today. This is number 9. 9 times in 4 years. False accusations against Steve. Well, Steve told her that he's going to the hospital to get some serious testing done, and it could be serious. I'm not feeling well, Donna. Don't stress me out. Please leave me alone. I got to be on time. She proceeded to start a big fight again with me, wouldn't leave me alone today. Made me late for this appointment, but I still made it this time, thank God, because they said if I miss this one the third time, they will not see me anymore. So I had to beg them to... But here's the thing, thank God, this is divine providence. They said you better be here at 12:30 for a 12:45. If you're late, we're not going to see you again. I got there, okay, by 12:50, and I was panicking. Oh, your appointment's not till 1 anyway. What do you mean? They said 12:30, 12:45 the latest. No, we knew that you're late all the time, so we just told you that. I'm like, thank you for doing that, thank God. Because otherwise I would have missed this appointment. And turns out... Okay, I was supposed to have this appointment 3 appointments ago, like 7 months ago, 8 months ago. I had to keep rescheduling because of Donna. Well, I waited too long, and now they're worried about something really bad. As soon as they took the x-rays, they immediately called doctors in and then said, Stephen, we have to send you right away. We're going to actually make an emergency MRI. You'll be going to get an MRI within 72 hours. Normally it would take about a month or so with Husky, but this is important. I'm like, wait, what is it? We don't know yet, but, and so that's where we're at now. In all my years, Yale has never gotten back to me. All 3 doctors within the same day. I got a phone call from a new neurologist for my brain, something about my brain, wants to see me tomorrow. Normally I got to wait months, okay? I also got, they're going to be calling me by tomorrow for an MRI, okay? And my surgeon called me and wants to see me right away, as soon as I get the MRI done. So, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, and I'm sorry I keep crying, but, it's just a lot. It's a lot on me, and I'm only human. I don't care if I die at this point. I'm good. I hope. I really do. I hope I have a death sentence because I'm tired. Please understand. I want to go home. I hope it's bad. I really do. I don't care. Maybe God's answering my prayer to get me out because there is no way out. So anyway, I'm going to find out what the heck's going on. I don't want another surgery again because I really can't take time off from work. I have no money. And Donna can't take care of herself and she can't take care of me, and I don't want to be stuck in her house laid up for 6 months. Meanwhile, Donna knew all this, and you know what she did? She went and reported me again today. Got me in trouble again, gave a bunch of lies again, telling her all this story she made up. So now I got to deal. She's like, well, you might get kicked out of here. The police might come back again. I'm like, what are you doing to me? I just told you I'm going through this right now, and you do this to me again. Why? Stop yelling at me. I'm like, I'm yelling at you because why are you so evil? Why are you doing this to me? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing anything. You're harassing me. I'm fine. I'm just an innocent old lady. I'm like, oh, you're sick in the head. So I got a bunch of messages today from this guy in Pakistan telling me that God said, don't worry, don't worry. That it's the devil doing this to attack through her. He didn't even know what was going on. So how could this pastor in Pakistan contact me on Facebook to tell me that the devil is in Donna and that that's what's happening and that's why it's happening to me? And I don't deny it because I'm telling you this is not her. And something's very wrong here. And I just don't have time for this right now. I really don't. She's making me sick. And I have no way out. I'm a freaking 44-year-old man crying like a little girl. I'm at my wit's end, and I have to deal with this all the time. And she's getting me jammed up, and there's no way out. It's not me. She's a freaking liar. I don't know why she's doing this. She's been doing this for over 4 years, before I even moved in with her. But now it's like, and ever since Julie came into the picture, all of a sudden she's been hell-bent every day starting fights and being very nasty and spiteful. And she's mad about Julie. She's freaking jealous over a girl. And then she started talking about marriage again the other day. I'm like, Donna, why are you talking about marriage? You're 70s. I could get married if I want. Doesn't matter. Old people get married. I'm like, then go. Good. Find someone. I'd be very happy for you. I'll help you find someone. I'll find you a man your age. That would be wonderful. You can move him in here. Then I can get out of here. This way you're not alone. Maybe you should do that. No, don't worry. And I don't want to find somebody. I'm not going to be a wife to someone and have them control me. I'm a woman. I don't like men controlling women and telling me what to do. And I'm like, so then why are you talking about getting married? If you don't want a man in your life telling you what to do, because I'm going to run the relationship, I'm going to be the head of the household. I'm like, okay, whatever, good. Find a guy who's willing to do that. I don't care. Why are we even talking about this again? Well, you were talking about marriage with Julie. I'm like, we were just talking about the subject. We're not getting married. It had nothing to do with it. You're jealous over Julie. Why are you jealous? You're supposed to be like my grandmother. I'm your caretaker. I'm your roommate. That's it. This is psychotic. Stop calling me psychotic. See, you can. And then she goes and tells the doctors that I'm calling her insane and psychotic and a narcissist. I'm not calling her. I'm just telling her the truth. That she acts like a narcissist. She acts very controlling. She keeps opening my mail too. She opens all my mail all the time because some of my mail doesn't go to my P.O. box. It goes, for whatever reason, to her mailbox. And it clearly says Steve Dinello on there. And she opens it all, which is mail fraud. And I keep telling her, would you please stay out of my mail? Especially my bank statements. She keeps opening my bank account stuff. Oops, I thought it was mine. You know it's not yours. You know you have Citizens Bank. I have Key Bank. Well, it was in my mailbox. The mailbox says Steve and Donna on it. You know it says Steve Dinello right here across. Well, I didn't see. I just presumed it was mine. Well, then stop presuming. Stop opening all my mail and my cards. And you don't need to open my Christmas cards for me. Well, I just curious. I'm like, don't be curious. It's none of your business. I'm like, Donna, you eat my food even though it says Steve on it. You go through my stuff, my laundry, my room. I know you do. You take my, what is wrong with you? Well, it's my house too. I'm like, but you have no right to go in my room and my personal stuff and eat my food and go through my mail. It's an accident. Prove it. Prove I did it purposely. I'm like, okay, I know you're doing it purposely because it happens every day. That's what you say. I don't believe it. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm tired. I'm done. I really, really don't care. And then when I told her from the hospital what the prognosis was, well, I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, you might be kicked out of here soon. And I just lost it and hung up on her at the doctor's. And they're like, what's the matter? And I'm like, Nothing. I can't even get into it right now. I don't even want to talk about it right now. You know, I was just coming up to do this for you. But here, since you're here,
I was wondering, are you talking to somebody?
Yes. You gotta wait at least 30 minutes, and it hasn't been 30 minutes before you take your pill. That's why I didn't bring it to you yet. I do know how to do my job, you know.
I know.
Well, if you know that, then why do you always come down and get it right before I come up?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I got it. Hold on.
I got it.
And we both take the pill at the same time. Remember, you're taking the same one I take. Anyway, that's why I know it's not time to take it, because we both finished eating. All right. Anyway, so that's it. That's what I'm dealing with, guys. And I just... Even my friend here, Bob, he can't stand her either. You know everything about her, right? He wants to call her up and tell her off. He can't.
I'm the next time she's here.
Yeah. He can't stand her because he knows. He's been hearing this for 4 years from me. And he's like, this woman's abusing and taking advantage of you. Why do you put up with it? I'm like, because I can't get out. And that's why I've been working extra hours here. Huh?
You know what I was just thinking of?
Yeah.
Did they have state-run departments where they would figure out how much you earn and what your outgo is?
Yeah, but I'd have to sue her and I don't want to do that because then she'll lose her IRA to pay me.
You have to sue her?
I'd have to sue her to get her to pay me, which if I calculated what she technically owes me for the past 4 years, I'd have to. It would be a big legal. But I already looked into it, but I don't want to do that to her because I said I would help her in exchange for a place to stay. I just didn't think I was going to be stuck there for 4 years. Yeah. I really thought I'd be out of there by a long time ago. I was only planning on staying there a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks, but then the pandemic hit, and then she had strokes, and then she needed me, and then that was it. And then I had a good paying job, but I lost it because she was too needy, and I couldn't work full-time, and I haven't been able to work full-time since. My health has been going down too. I know. Well, there's not. That's why I work extra hours here at night, purposely to avoid her. Yeah. I work between 2 and like 2 in the morning here now because I need the extra hours, and I don't want to be home with her. I just can't take it anymore. So I've been trying to work overtime just to stay away from her so that she's in bed when I get home. But the woman will still be up at 2 till 3 in the morning until I get home. Unless she's tired, and then I'll be lucky, you know. So when I get home, I see that she's still up. I wait in my car for about an hour outside until she shuts the light off and goes out. Then she's still, what were you doing out in the car the whole time? I was waiting up for you. Why? I told you not to wait up. You know I get home late. But you better, every night you sit in the car for an hour. That's none of your business. I'm on the phone. Who are you talking to? No one. Don't worry about it. You know, I don't want to come in the house. Don't worry about it. I'm a grown man. Well, I don't go to bed until I know that you're in the house safe. You don't need to do that. Thank you. And then she'll get up at 5 in the morning. So the woman goes to bed, but she takes naps during the day too while I'm at work. So she'll sleep for 6 hours during the day and be up all night, keeping me up. You know, it's just, whatever. I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I keep hearing prophecies that things are going to do well for me this year, and I'm going to have a ministry in my own house, and I might get married. To who? Who am I going to marry? Who the hell would want to marry me? With all my problems and no money and no credit and no house? Yeah, right. She must be deaf, dumb, and blind and mute to marry me. Second of all, I'm trapped. Like, unless I win the lottery, there's no way I'm going to be able to get a mortgage or a house. And now it looks like I'm facing more surgeries. And I don't want any more friggin' surgeries. I've had, 7 or 9 already in my life? Enough. Enough. Please, enough. I just want to, I have dreams of just getting a house. I look on Zillow all the time, and I save homes that I would love to have. And I beg God and I pray. Even cheap ones. I don't care if there's no walls in them at this point. I know what I want now. I want land around me. I need a place like that's on farmland. I don't want a neighbor right next door anymore. Like we're literally, I can touch the house next to me if I stick my hand out the window. I want to be away from people. Like I'll see you on Sunday at Mass, but I need my own land and my own space. I want to live alone unless I find the right wife. I want to live alone. And I want to live in the country, and I want to be away from people, and I want to wake up in the morning and look around and not see my neighbor's house and just see nature. I don't care if I have to live in a mountain. I'm not picky. The only thing that bothers me is I'm a little afraid to be alone because I have supernatural charisms or whatever, and I have to deal with, I don't know what they are, souls from purgatory or the devil or whatever. All kinds of stuff happens to me. And that's not fun when you're alone in a creepy house by yourself in the middle of the woods. I've had that happen. I have had places where I've lived alone in big spooky haunted houses, and it's not fun. You don't sleep, and you're all alone. And so that's not, I don't like that. Otherwise I got all the lights on in the house all night long. But regardless, guys get scared too. And you'd be scared too if you saw some of the stuff that I have to see. It's nonstop. So, that's my life. But still, I will live with the demons and the ghosts just to be on my own. At this point, I don't care. Padre Pio had to deal with it. A lot of people, I could deal with it. It would be a breath of fresh air compared to the life of servitude that I've been enduring for the past 4 years. And it didn't have to be this way. Like, I try to make it a happy home. I try to have fun times. There's 4 Christmas trees in the house, okay? I bought that stuff, okay? Well, most of it. I've had it over the years, but it accumulated. I wanted to give her a nice, happy home. I'm trying to make this woman happy so that she stops and stays off my case. But no matter what you do, it's never enough. And then, so after I decorated, when are you going to decorate for Christmas? When are you going to? So I did. So do you like it? It's nice. She doesn't turn them on herself. All through the Christmas season, I had to make sure that I come home and turn the lights on. She didn't even have them on. I'm like, Donna, I went through so many hours the past month putting up all this stuff. You can't even plug them in? I didn't think of it. Christmas is almost here. You haven't even been enjoying it? I mean, I could do without. Then why'd you ask me to do it? It's nice. But I would never do it. I mean, I never decorated in my life. I wouldn't have wasted time, Donna. I did it for you. Like I said, it's okay. Okay, you know what? Ungrateful, spiteful. I'm just tired of it. I really didn't even want to decorate for Christmas this year. I haven't been feeling good. I've been busy. I did it for her, and all I get is, or I spent 2 hours making a healthy meal for her. How is it? Rabbit food. I want my cake. Okay, fine. It's just, no matter what, you can't make certain people happy. And that's what I call ungrateful and spiteful and just, I don't know. I'll tell you that out of all my clients over the years, this woman is never alone. She doesn't have to do a thing. She don't have to spend money. Everything, she's served on a silver platter. Literally, like, this woman's got it made. She gets taken care of better than my own clients get taken care of, and they pay me. And yet, it's not good enough for her. She complains I don't spend enough time with her. I work too much. I don't talk to her. I'm hanging out with my friends once in a blue moon. Then she goes and says I control her. I verbally abuse her. I neglect her. I make her take the bus thing now because I don't drive her all the time like I used to. Darn right I don't. I gotta sleep sometime when you're not home. The only time I can sleep is during the day when she's at her doctor's appointments. And they don't last long enough. By the way, I gotta start physical therapy myself now, so I gotta add that to my list of to-do things all week. I just don't have time for this. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'm just venting because literally I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown at this point. I really don't need cancer right now, or another surgery, or whatever they found or think I have. I know I'm in a lot of pain. The pain has been spreading through all my bones, like, for months. I've been really, 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 really tired and falling asleep even on my feet. My father did all this when I took care of him when he had leukemia. Before they even diagnosed the leukemia until it was stage 4, he was going through all the same symptoms that I'm going through the past 6 years. I see a scary resemblance to my father. And they did tell me that this was a genetic form of leukemia and that by the time I was in my 40s, I might be in trouble. Well, I'm in my 40s, and all of a sudden, all the symptoms that my dad had when I took care of him, I have. My dad had a family to take care of him. I don't have a family. I have no one to take care of me if I'm sick. I can't do that. I can't be sick. Like, I cannot. I won't be able to do all the treatments. I won't be able to go get blood transfusions every day for 8 hours. Who's going to take me? I don't have the insurance for it. My dad, we almost lost the house because we didn't have enough money for his care. We were selling our jewelry, everything. Everybody in the house had to go and sell all their jewelry and diamonds and anything we could. We were using copper. We were selling copper pipes, whatever it took to pay for my father's bills. And I can't do that. I don't have any money. And I don't have people to help me and take care of me like he did. I've always been the caretaker. I don't want that. I don't need this right now. And even if it's just a matter of another surgery, it takes months of rehab, like just bed rest with a thing on your neck. I can't work. I won't be able to pay my bills. I can't take care of Donna if I'm like that. This is no good, so I have to. I already told him, I said, we've got to avoid surgery at all costs. Try to find another way. And there's also a danger. I'm a high risk. Every time I have surgery, they end up losing me. There's a big problem. They have to resuscitate me. That's how I have out-of-body experiences. Sometimes it's worse after the surgery than it was before the surgery. I could be crippled. It's dangerous. What's going on is dangerous. I don't want this. I keep begging God to heal me. He could heal me. I know he could. If he wanted to, I could be healed without a doctor. He's done it before. He's done it to other people in my family. I just don't know why he's not helping me. Like, why he's not healing me. I do enough for people. I do. I'm trying to be a saint. I really am. And it's one more thing after another, after another, after another. I can't, how many times am I going to fall before I can't get back up? And now this, and Donna again today, and now she's not answering the phone because I hung up on her at the doctor's office because after I told her it was a bad prognosis, and she wants to tell me, oh, well, you know how I reported you today, so I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've let you live here for 4 years, so I don't know what you're going to do. I just told you I might be laid up in surgery, and you're telling me I might have to be on the street? It's not my fault. I can't stop it. I only told him what I told him. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. It's not my fault if they kick you out on the street. I just told them the truth. And I'm like, you gave him a pack of lies again, and you know it. And why are you doing this to me? I don't know what you're talking about. So, like I said, I don't know. I keep praying to God to protect me from her and from people, from trouble because of her. I try not to make these videos public because I don't want to hear people stupid. You should keep it private, or, this is a violation of HIPAA or her rights. I don't give a crap anymore. I'm not working for her, and it's not a violation. And by the way, she goes and runs her mouth about all my shit to everybody too. Everybody in church needs to know everything about it, so they know what color underwear I wear. You talk about violation of my privacy, my mail, everything. So it works both ways. And like I said, she's not my client. I did this out of the goodness of my heart. And now I'm regretting it. Now you see why people don't help other people. You see why people don't get too close. Why they don't take people in. Why they don't want to volunteer to start helping someone. Because people are like leeches. They will suck you dry and then move right on and not lose sleep while you're out and destitute. How many people have sucked me dry financially? Bad relationships. Used me and abused me and then left me. For the next, greatest thing. I don't know when I'm going to learn, but in this situation, I didn't have a choice. I leave seminary, I have nowhere to go. It's in the middle of February, it's cold, I have no money, no home, no family, because my family are... Now that I'm a Christian, I can't even say anything anymore about what my family is. I got a bunch of words I'd like to say, but God is going to deal with them. I don't have to worry about it. I pray for their soul every day. I pray. I forgive them, but the more I think about it, the more I have to re-forgive them. because it's like, I still cannot believe. My family is a very well-known, well-respected family of blue bloods. You know, my father was practically famous. Everybody loved him in my family. We were not raised this way. This is not my father. When he was alive, he would roll in his grave if he knew what's become of them and how they treated me. For no reason. What? Because I'm a Christian, so I deserve this? Because I became a holy roller, so now I'm scum of the earth and I should die in the street? So anyway, I had no choice but to take Donna up on her offer to stay there as long as I took to get on my feet. But I didn't expect to have to spend 4 years taking care of her so that I can't work to make money for myself, so I can't have a life of my own. Like, I didn't expect this. Like, it was only supposed to be temporary. I didn't think it was going to be that hard to get a job and then get an apartment or something. But the pandemic happened, and then the housing thing, the freeze where you couldn't leave, you were under lockdown, and then she got sick, and she kept getting sick, and she kept ending up in a hospital, and I kept, every time I worked extra hours or took on more clients, I had to quit and go back part-time, and I can't work more than 4 to 6 hours now and live with this woman. There's just no way. I don't get sleep. I'm too busy. My hours are crazy. There's just too much going on. And lately, the past year or so, or 2 years actually, every so many months, she keeps getting me jammed up with the authorities. So, and I can't, and I got to keep telling him, I don't know what's going on with this woman, but ask anyone who knows me. I am not an abuser. Like, if I look at her the wrong way, she starts crying. If I tell her the truth, like, listen, you know, you can't eat that, or she'll start crying or yelling at me. If I, you know, told her that she can't drive anymore, the doctor told her in front of me. And she blames me for that. She, you know, like, everything. I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. If I ask her, can you please not burp in my face or fart in my face, please? Like, oh, and she goes and tells everybody, oh, he's making me feel bad about my gas. It hurts me. He's insulting me. No, I'm asking you to just don't put your butt in my face and stand there and fart and then say, excuse me. Who does that? Like, seriously, the devil, you know? Oh, and then another thing she's been doing for months now, which is really irritating. She knows I don't fall asleep until about 6, 7 in the morning. She knocks on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you have anywhere to go today? Don't you have appointments? No, Donna. Well, it says you have an appointment. It's 12:45 is the appointment, Donna. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I just went to sleep. Well, I'm just trying to help you. I don't want you. You're always saying you're late to appointments, that I always make you late. So I'm making sure that you can't blame me. I'm like, Donna, you are going to make me late anyway, because before I leave the house, you'll start a fight. That's why you make me late. Well, I'm not fighting with you now. I'm like, you just started one. I told you to stop waking me up. You don't, if it's an emergency, that's one thing. If you need something, but don't wake me up every morning as soon as I fall asleep. Now I can't go back to sleep, and I have trouble sleeping. So I can't sleep because I can't fall back to sleep sometimes for 2-3 hours. Then I finally fall asleep around 11 o'clock and the alarm goes off. And now I got to get up, go to my doctor's, and then go back to work all night. This is what she's been doing now. This is another kick, and I can't get her to stop doing this. Hey, did you need to get up? Donna, I have an alarm clock. Stop. I don't need you to. Well, I'm just trying to help you. Stop waking me up. Okay. Next morning, 9 o'clock. What, Donna? Shouldn't you be getting up? Don't you have things to do? No. Leave me alone. Do you want something? Well, I mean, it'd be nice to see you, but I guess you're sleeping. I work till 3 in the morning. Come on. Fine, I guess I'll do the garbage myself. No, you will not do the garbage. I will get it when I get up. What's the rush? Well, I just want to get it done. I'm sleeping, Donna. It's not important. Well, then I'll do it. So she goes out and does it and slams the door. Like, spiteful. So when I tell her she's spiteful, stop accusing me of stuff. I'm not spiteful. What do you call what you're doing? intentionally riling me up, intentionally waking me. When I told you last night when I got home, I said, Donna, don't wake me up tomorrow morning. Okay. Knock, knock, knock on the door. I thought you told me to wake you up. I told you no. So then I write a note on the table. Donna, please do not disturb. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, there's a note on the table saying to wake you up. It says don't wake me up. Oh, does it? Oh. I'm done. Like, it's sick. It's insanity. It's abuse. She's abusing me. And then I got to bring her to church. And everybody looks, oh, isn't that so nice of Stephen? And oh, he's taking care of Donna. Yeah, I am. And they insist I escort her everywhere because she falls in church. She drops Holy Communion on the floor. So I got to walk up to her and make sure that she's stable when they're trying to give her Holy Communion because she drops Jesus on the floor. And the priest told me, don't let her come up alone anymore. She almost knocked the altar boy over. She almost fell a couple times. You're her caretaker. You need to walk her up here and hold on to her. So I got to bring her everywhere and hold her hand in church to make sure she don't need me. Because you know what? During the day, she's running around the house without a walker, without a cane. She's running to the mailbox just fine. But then when we're in church, I'm decrepit. I need Steve's help. You can't make this crap up. You can't. And so everybody says, oh, poor Donna. Steve, come on. Where's Donna? You can't. Oh, she's still. I'm praying at the altar after Mass. Donna looks like she wants to get going. You're just letting her sit there in a pew? I'm saying my rosary. She can wait. Well, maybe she wants to go. Well, I'm not ready to go. Mass just ended. I got things to do. She's reading her book. She's fine. Or she'll go outside and sit in the cold for God knows what reason while I'm trying to say my prayers. And then the ushers come in. Steve, your client's outside. She's not my client. Well, your mother, or whatever she is, she's sitting out here for 10 minutes in the cold. Yeah? Did I tell her to go out there? I told her to stay in here. She said she was going to the bathroom. Well, she's outside. Okay, well, then she's outside. The car door's open. She can go to the car. Well, she says she's waiting for you. So I have to stop what I'm doing with the Lord because she wants to be a jerk and go outside and sit in the cold for no reason? This is what she does. You know, it's just constant. And then, or she'll sit out there and she'll start crying. She's crying. Sometimes she does it in the pew in front of me during Mass. We'll be sitting there, all of a sudden, and people are, oh, is everything okay? What's the matter? I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of Mass. I didn't do anything. What? Stephen, what'd you say to her? Nothing. Oh my God. And I'm like, Donna, don't ever sit with me anymore. Don't sit with me in the pew anymore. So I started sitting, I stand near the back and guard the door. So she doesn't sit in the front. Now she sits in the back with the other crippled people. And I'm like, why don't you go sit in the pew in the front where you always sit? Well, you're not sitting up there, so I'll sit back here too. I'm like, I don't want you standing next to me or sitting next to me. I'm trying to get away from you. Well, we came together, so it's like, fine. So I got to walk her all the way up the aisle. It's really ridiculous, and I don't think anybody realized that this woman's got me by the you know what. And there's nothing I can do at this point without a lot of money or a home of my own. And I'm praying and begging and, you know, I don't know what else to do. And now she's trying to tell me that if I leave, you know, she doesn't want me to take the dog. The dog's mine. I bought that dog. I spent thousands on that dog over the past couple of years. The dog comes with me. He don't want to be with her. And, you know, but she's like, oh, you're going to take the dog away too? So I might have to leave my dog with her. She doesn't remember to feed him. She doesn't remember to let him out. She doesn't remember to give him clean water. I have to do all these things. She don't take care of her animals. That's why that cat had a terrible death. And that fell on me. I had to take care of it. So I don't want to leave the dog with her. No. In fact, if I absolutely had to, there's a couple of nuns, places where some convents that I see that they have dogs. I think they're in Wisconsin or whatever. If I had to, I'd leave my dog with the nuns before I left him with her. The nuns would take good care of the dog, and they would love him, and he'd get a lot of attention with the other dogs there. I am not going to leave this dog in a kennel or adopt him to another home. He's already had 4 homes before me. I'm home number 5. The poor dog does not need to be moved around anymore. So wherever I go, the dog stays with me. Okay? He's got problems. He's got brain injuries and all kinds of stuff. He's a handful. But you know what? He's like my son. He's my dog, and he depends on me. And, you know, he knows when I'm upset, and he always comes to try to spend time with me, you know, and to cheer me up. He's all I've got, you know. He's the only thing that calms me down, actually, is that dog. So, anyway, that's it, people. I just had to tell you what was up. I didn't want to. I was advised not to make videos like this anymore. But how is anybody going to know what's happening? How's anybody going to pray for me? How's anybody going to help me if they don't know anything's going on? And this whole December, everybody kept saying, I'm so glad everything's going so well for you, Steve. I'm so glad that Donna stopped being that way. I'm glad it seems like everything's so great. And I just had to say, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I just wanted to tell him it's not. And I had to hold the tears back and be like, you have no idea what she's doing. You have no idea what's been going on. I just haven't said anything anymore. I'm just trying to just keep it and ignore it and focus on myself. And it was a busy Christmas season. I was really pressing in with God for Advent and trying to be holy this year. You know, and like really make Christmas count. You know, and she just ruined it, made it so miserable, but I didn't let anybody know that. I didn't want anybody to spoil their Christmas cheer on me. You know, I'm trying, what good is it anymore to tell people what's going on? And I don't want my family seeing this video, so I'm going to have to set it to private because they watch my stuff and they would love to see me upset. They want to see me downfall. My family literally wants me dead. They're not going to be happy until they see me on the street. That's what they think I deserve. A godless bunch of vipers they are. It's because they're not blood related to me. My sister's adopted, so her daughter's not related to me. And my stepmother's my stepmother. She's not my real mother. My parents are dead. And my other sister, who is biological, she's the Wicked Witch of the West, so she's the worst one of them all. So she disowned me first. The others followed suit. And I haven't really seen or spoken much to them since like 2015. And they live 2 minutes down the street from me. But I'm not allowed to drive by. I'm not invited to the holidays. They won't answer my calls or texts. So that's it. Why am I in this state? Like, why do I stay in this godforsaken blue Democrat, overly taxed state of Connecticut? There's a whole world out there. I don't need to be here. And I try to stay close to home because this will always be home. And every time I move out of state, I end up having to come back here. I came back from Florida. I had the lap of luxury finally. I had a job. I had everything I wanted, but my dad got sick with cancer, so I left everything to come back home to be with him the last 7 years of his life. I don't regret that. But it cost me a huge career opportunity and a beautiful place and a beautiful life down there. And then I moved to seminary, and they treated me terribly, and I quit. And I had to come back here. Where else was I going to go with no money? And I really thought my family would at least take me in for a little while and help me, but they meant it. They said, if you leave and go to seminary to be a priest, don't ever talk to us again. You're dead to us. And I'm like, surely you can't mean that. Well, they meant it. And they still mean it. So, you know, the Lord said these things would happen if you followed him. And that's why I get so upset with all these fake Christians and Protestants out there. You just think that, where's your cross? Where's your suffering? Huh? Where are you at all like Jesus, who had no place to lay his head? Where he wasn't even welcome in his own town, just like me. His own people in his own church or his own synagogue he wasn't even welcome. I go through that. His own, I know what it's like to carry my cross most of my life, okay? I have to. Poverty, illness, demonic attacks, your family turning against you, your friends betraying you like Judas. Your own seminary order abusing you and running you out of seminary for nothing because you're traditional. I mean, when is the hell going to stop? It doesn't. It doesn't. The devil's got it out for me. He's always had it out for me. And this is his world and his time, and he doesn't stop. Ever. The man don't sleep. So I can't sleep. And he keeps finding new ways to attack. Every time I get my sin under control or whatever, he finds something else to throw at me. And I just keep crying out to God, help, help, help. Like, when are you going to stop this? Lately, it seems like he hasn't been answering. But he has been answering. But he's been doing it in a very different way. Indirectly, through strangers. With, like, I'll pray for something in my heart. And then someone from Pakistan will literally message me on Facebook Messenger and say, the Lord just told me to tell you blah, 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 blah. And it was exactly what I was praying about. In my heart. So certainly the person in Pakistan could not hear me or know what was going on, and the devil didn't hear me either unless he could read my heart. So I take that as a God saying, okay, I hear you. And again, I just got a bunch of messages today, early this morning, because I couldn't sleep much last night, and I was crying and begging God to help me in my bedroom, and I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do about Donna? She's reporting me all the time, getting me in trouble with authorities for nothing, and there's nothing I can do to defend myself, and I'm too busy and sick to even fight for myself right now. Please help me. And then I got messages from Pakistan saying, the Lord says, don't worry, it's Satan. Satan is in Donna. He said Dana, but then he ended up fixing it to Donna. But still, the point was, the guy don't know how to spell English. But how could he know that? And he said, it's the devil. The devil is attacking you through Donna. And, I mean, he said a bunch of stuff that he couldn't have known. So, your deliverance is almost here. It's coming. Change is coming. Something like that. And then two other people, one from Africa and one from India, they also had things to tell me recently, too. They're other Christians, you know. And they are Protestants. They're not Catholic. But they all have these good prophecies for me. Meanwhile, the medical report, which just came out of nowhere, is not looking good. I'm like, where did this come from now? Like, how is this happening? I thought things were looking up. I don't want surgeries now. I don't want cancer or whatever this possibly is. Like, where did this come from now? What fresh hell is this? Devil again, at it again. The other day, I couldn't even walk most of the day. I woke up and I couldn't move. My back was in so much pain. I had to take a bunch of Tylenol, and it took for hours before I could stand up straight. It was excruciating. And I'm like, what's going on? I thought my knees were buckling. And then today, when they were doing the tests, I wasn't reacting properly when there were nerve reactions and stuff. And I wasn't strong enough. And then when I was trying to stand up to do the x-rays, I kept moving like this, and I couldn't stop. I didn't have enough strength in my back or legs to stand up without moving. This is all new. This is all recent. I mean, it's been building the past couple months, and like I said, I was supposed to have it taken care of and checked out months ago, but 3 times I've had to cancel with this doctor because of Donna. And so if it wasn't something, her booking something or something, some emergency coming up or hospitalization where I have to be with her and I have to cancel my appointments, or she starts a fight and I'm late and I miss my appointment, I have to reschedule. And so I told her, I said, come hell or high water, Donna, I have to be there today. It's important. I don't feel well. I lost vision in my left eye last night. It just went blurry all of a sudden. So it's either glaucoma or a brain tumor or something, they said. And the eye doctor said he doesn't see glaucoma. He doesn't know what's causing it. So now I have to see a brain specialist again, a neuro, tomorrow. They actually got back to me for whatever they found, and they said, we need to see you right away. So now I got to go and find out what it is now. What now? I just want to be left alone. I just want a normal life. I wanted to be a priest. All right, I guess it's not going to happen. Fine, I can't be a priest. Then leave me alone. Like, I don't want to keep suffering like this all the time. Like, not all the time. At least give me my own home. I want to be away from here. You know, for once, and I know this sounds unchristian, And I don't want to lose maybe God's got me doing this to become a saint, but I want to know what it's like to not have to take care of someone for once. Like just for a little while to be able to take care of myself. I'm always having to take care of other people. I just, for many, many, many years, when am I ever going to just be able to have time for myself? Am I allowed to enjoy me time, go on a vacation? Am I allowed to live by myself and have a nice, clean, organized place and just pray? Like, can I please just put God first? Which is why I went to that monastery in seminary, because I wanted to just be a Christian and a priest. And I was happy. When they weren't tormenting me there, I was happy. Usually late at night when everybody was in bed, I would be in the chapel just alone with God. And it was peaceful, and I was home, and I was happy. Praying for people, I was happy. But then people would wake up and the hell would start over again every day. When are you going to quit? Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you here. Why don't you kill yourself? Didn't your mother kill herself? You should just kill yourself. Who says that in a seminary? These priests? What kind of priests do that? What kind of formators tell their, I don't know what the hell I was, one of their, what do you call it, postulants or whatever, to go kill himself? Mine? Of course. These are things I can't make up. You can't make this stuff up. This is what I have to deal with. And by the way, they're still there in that order. They're still there. They don't get fired or defrocked for that. Oh no. They're still there living happily in the monastery. My life has been nothing but hell for the past 4 years since I left that seminary. Hell on earth. Thank you, fathers. Thank you, my superiors, for doing this to me. I just wanted to serve Christ. I was happy. I wasn't bothering anyone. I did my work. I got A's in my classes. I did everything you told me to do obediently. What was your problem with me? Why did you ruin my vocation? Why did you put me out here? I was happy. I felt like I was home. I got to spend time with Jesus every day. All I had to do was study and pray. That was it. I was finally happy. I was finally doing something I wanted to do. And now I'm just not happy out here, and nobody will let me be happy out here, and I have no friends, and I have no family, and the woman I live with is my worst enemy, and for no reason. No reason. And it just doesn't stop. And now bad medical prognosis is, alright, I'm done. I got it out of me. What's the point? It's not going to make anything go away. It's not going to change anything. Every time I hope that things are going to get better, it just gets worse. I got a question. Is God cursed me? Like, am I really saved? Does God care about me? Because it doesn't seem like it. I've been trying to work real hard for him for many years, and all I do is get slapped in the face for it. My God, Lord, what was it? St. Teresa that said, if this is how you treat your friends, no wonder you don't have many. And I always treat people the way I'd want to be treated. Always. And I never get it in return. I always get just slapped in return. My whole life. I'm sick of it. I know that there's people who've got it worse out there than me, but you know what? This is about as much as I can handle. Anyway, whatever. Now you all know. Great. Pray for me. That's all you can do is pray. And I'll just keep offering up my suffering for souls. If I don't find out that there's a lot of people up there because of this life, that it was in vain. I don't know what else to do. The suffering just keeps being poured on in every way. And I have to just keep taking it. And I have to just keep offering it up and offering it up and offering it up. But meanwhile, I'm not holy. This is not the way a saint would react. A saint would keep his mouth shut and turn the other cheek and say, thank you, Lord, give me some more. I love it. I'm not a saint. I don't like suffering, all right? And I've been suffering in so many ways for so many years, 43 years. I am tired, all right? And it's not even for any good that I can see. I don't know who's benefiting from this. Other than the devil's getting a laugh out of this. He's having a ball. That's all I know. But I have to keep pressing on anyway. And it's going to really stink if on Judgment Day, Jesus says to me, I never knew you. And he might. Or, you know what? Depart from me. You did this or you did that or you didn't make the cut. And I won't know until that day. And I have to keep trying anyway just to find out that I'm not going to make it. Well, what choice do we have? You've got to run your race. That's how it is. Maybe that's why so many people don't bother or don't take it seriously. I don't know. But I do know this. Jesus is real. Heaven is real. And hell are real places. I've seen it. And that is why I keep pushing forward, because I know it's true. And I'll never be able to get that out of my mind, what I've seen. And so I have to do this. But it's so lonely, you know, it's scary and it's lonely and you often wonder if it's in vain, but you do it anyway. You just do it anyway because you have to, because failure's not an option. You got one shot at making it to heaven, people. One shot. And if you don't make it, you're going to be very sorry for all eternity. This hell on earth I've lived is nothing compared to the fires of hell. So I have to I'll go through it, I'll cry, I'll get over it, and then we move on. That's it. And yes, men cry, okay? There. Catholic men cry. Maybe we don't show you publicly, but we do. I cry a lot. I usually try to hold it in and not let people see, but today has just been after the couple months I've had, and I've had to just make it seem like everything was fine. And it wasn't. And it's not just Donna. She's the worst part of it. But it's the health issues and the pain and the suffering and the sleepless nights and the financial problems. And there's people in different churches that hate me. They're out to get me. They're slandering me on the internet for no reason. They don't even know me. I didn't do anything wrong. I've been accused of being a witch, a Satanist, a bad Christian, a false prophet. I mean, the slaps just keep coming. None of which is true. By the way, none of which, but people seem to think that they know me so well. You don't know me at all. And then they claim to be Christians, Holy Spirit-filled Protestant Christians who do nothing but slander and detract and gossip and hate and criticize and hate Catholics, and then they think that they're holy and that they know Jesus and that they've got the right way and they're going to heaven. Okay. I don't want to be around people anymore. Like, my dream is I keep fantasizing of being on a tropical island alone, or that's how I meditate, and I just me and God, or just me with a pina colada in my hand, and I can actually breathe, and there's no people around. I don't want to be around people anymore. They've hurt me enough. I'm tired of it. I drive down the streets every day, and all I see is people, everyone out for themselves. No love of God, no love of neighbor, impatient, self-centered, cut you off in traffic, cut the line into the grocery store, knock into you as if you're invisible. It's everybody's me, I. They don't care about God or neighbor. They don't have any patience or compassion. That's why whenever you find a good person and they actually hold the door open for you or let you go or they open a place in traffic, praise them, reward them, say thank you so much, because they are so few and far between. And they're usually Christians, by the way, who do that kind of stuff in this day and age. So they are out there. I'm one of them. So we are out there, but we are few. But how much more important are we then in this society full of people who are nothing but selfish, self-centered, godless, impatient, immoral people? That's why being a Christian is so very important, because it is so hard and it is so rare. So it's priceless. It's priceless. You be priceless. Don't be like everybody else. Again, all the scriptures make sense. Don't be like the world. Be in it, but be not like it. This is why. This is why you don't want to be like the rest of society. Look at them. We have to love them and pray for them, yes. But look how they act and live and talk and dress. Everything about them is wicked. And they don't even know. And all you can say is cry and say, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do, because they really don't. They really are clueless. There's no way a human being in the image and likeness of God, unless they're clueless, would live that way, would behave that way. They act worse than animals. And I see it every day, all day long, everywhere I go. I experience it in my own household, within my own family. It actually inspires me to not be like them, but to be better, to be a Christian. Because what am I going to do? Look, you got two choices in life. You can let life make you bitter and jaded, because that's what it wants to do. Or you can be the better person and just keep being a blessing regardless. You know, you can be positive, or you can let it ruin you. So I try to be positive. I try to just not let it make me, I'm not going to be like the rest of this world. Absolutely not. You've done enough to me. I am not going to join you. I will keep fighting and carrying my cross and being, because I don't want to lose my virtue. The only thing I have left is Jesus and the fact that I'm a good person. And if I give that up to become bitter and self-centered and self-seeking and cold-hearted like the rest of society, then I've lost everything. It's over. I'm just like them. And it's not about being better than everybody else. It's about saving your soul and being a light in the darkness and salt of the earth and help. They need an example. They need someone to do it, someone to show them the way, and that's what a Christian does. And it really stinks, because on one hand they love you for it, because they commend you for it because you're brave and you suffer a lot for it. And it's like, oh, isn't that nice? Everybody wants a Christian when they need something. But then on the other hand, they hate you for it because you make them realize their insufficiencies, their failings, where they're not doing their part. And they hate you for it. So it's a double-edged sword. You know, they're Judases. It's like a Judas. One minute he's your best friend and you're hanging out with them, and the next minute he's stabbing you in the back and he's turning you into authorities and giving you the kiss of death. And that's Donna. I'm going to start calling her Judas from now on, because on one hand she tried to take me in and save my life, but on the other hand she's actually destroying my mental, physical, and spiritual health, and she's throwing me under the bus, and she's falsely accusing me to everyone. It's not just doctors. It's not just authorities. It's not just social workers. People have gotten back to me and told me that they saw her in the doctor's waiting room, just talking to other people in the waiting room and crying and saying, I'm abusing her. One of these people I knew who worked there in the lobby, and they told me, like, Steve, Donna's here, and I know it's not true because I know it's been going on, but I'm just letting you know she's doing it right now. Like, she's in there talking to some other old lady next to her and giving her all this nonsense stories about you. So I just want to let you know, because I happen to be here at the same doctor, and I know who Donna doesn't know me, but I know her, and she's slandering you right now. So if you get the police called in, that's why. Because the people in here are listening to her, and they're actually believing this crap, and they're actually getting concerned for her. And so what she's doing, and she admitted this to me this morning before I went to the doctors. She admitted what she's doing intentional. I had to corner her and tell her. I said, I know what you're doing. And she admitted it. She is building a case. She goes, if I keep telling everyone, everywhere I go, the same thing, eventually they'll believe me. And it'll discredit you as a caregiver, and then I don't have to worry. You'll be the one getting in trouble and getting kicked out. And then I can just live here alone and go back to my ways, and I can stay here, and I don't have to worry about losing my home or going into a home, because you're the only one that can do that. You're the only one that knows anything. So if I get rid of you, then nobody knows anything, and I can stay here and enjoy my life and eat what I want and do what I want, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. And nobody's going to put me in a home. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, the reality of that is, if I get kicked out of here, I will make sure you're put in a home, okay? And not because I'm being evil and spiteful. That too, at that point. But no, because as a Christian, I don't want your blood on my hands, and I know you can't live alone. So I will have to, it's my moral duty and obligation as a caretaker by profession to make sure I tell the state, you cannot be alone. So you will at that point have to go on spend down, Title 19 spend down, and pay someone to live here with you, or you will go into a facility. But you will not stay here alone. So if that's what you're trying to do, it's going to backfire on you. I also want to remind you that God, my Father, is not happy with your underhanded nonsense. And what you're doing to me is very sinful and wrong and evil. So God will deal with you in this life or the next. And so I suggest you stop and tell the priest what you're doing and confess this, because this is not right. It's illegal, it's unethical, it's immoral, it's unchristian, it's wicked. And she just sat there with a smile. And then she goes, well, it's my word against yours. Who do you think they're going to believe, you or me? She goes, so she's like, if I keep reporting you, you'll be discredited and they won't believe you or listen to you. I win. So I literally screamed, and to God, I literally I started crying, and I just looked up at the ceiling and I screamed really loud. I'm like, Jesus, help me. Do you see what she's doing? You see this, Lord. You see what she's doing. You know her thoughts and her intention. You know what she does behind my back. Help me. Why do you let her do this to me? Stop her. Stop her, Lord, please. And that was it. I stormed out of the house. I was already late for my appointment today. You know, and I got to keep begging God to help me and protect me from this old woman, because she's getting me jammed up, and I don't deserve it, and I got enough to deal with. And the other thing is, I can't stop serving her. If I don't get her breakfast and her lunch and her dinner, she'll complain about that, and I'll get in trouble for neglect. If I leave and don't spend time with her, she'll complain about that. No matter what I do, it's damned if I do, damned if I don't. So even though I do a really good job taking care of her, jumping through hoops for her, she still reports me as a bad caregiver. But if I don't do something, then she's got even more to use against me. I'm stuck. This reminds me of something in the Bible, actually. Wasn't it Joseph in Potiphar's house, right? He was a slave, a servant. And then one day Potiphar's wife, Potiphar was abusive to him too, but one day his wife decided she wanted to sleep with him. And he said no, and she kept bothering him and coming on to him, and he kept saying, no, I'm not doing that. That's a sin. You're married, and I don't believe in free love. That's adultery. No. So she falsely accused him in front of the guards and had Potiphar throw him in prison for years, saying that he tried to rape her. Okay? So poor Joseph was a very good, trustworthy servant, and he ended up getting falsely accused and thrown into jail for years for something he didn't even do because somebody didn't get their way. Okay? Sound like Donna? Do you know how hard it is to not hate someone who does this to you every day? Like, God keeps telling me, oh, that was another thing. I was warned last night from this guy in Pakistan. The Lord told me to tell you, you must keep being humble. Don't get angry. Don't yell. Don't be arrogant. Be humble. Be meek and humble. For the Lord is always meek and humble. And his enemies did the same thing to him, but he didn't retaliate or yell. He turned the other cheek. So I said, I'm not Jesus. You need to be. Well, yeah, I'm trying, but I'm not Jesus yet. So I'm never going to be Jesus, but I need to be like him in order to go to heaven. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not there yet. I'm trying. But then I also said, and God forgive me, I'm not trying to mock or anger God. Jesus only had to go through this for a few years. I've been going through this my whole life. 43 years. You know, Jesus' passion was only a little while. I've been going through this for a long time. So, for many years, you know? So, yeah, it's the amount of suffering that Jesus went through, and thank God for that, but a little over a long period of time, non-stop for years on end, It will drive anyone crazy. I mean, my hair's falling out. I got all gray hair. I got to dye my hair. I'm gaining weight. I can't sleep. My heart's bothering me. I keep ending up in the hospital. This is killing me. You know, and it shouldn't be happening. There's no reason for it to be happening. So I can't blame Donna. It's got to be the devil. But I don't want to blame the devil for everything, because Donna might just be this kind of person. Maybe I just don't want to believe it. I don't know. Because she could be so sweet and innocent and fun most of the time. But then all of a sudden this happens. Every so many weeks or months, this happens. Like a schizophrenic or a multi-personality. And then I got to go through days and weeks or months of this. And then all of a sudden, she's back to normal again. Or we tweak her meds and she's back to normal again. For a little while. But now I'm so traumatized worrying about when it's going to happen again that I still can't sleep. Nobody should have to live like that. No one should have to feel unsafe in their own home. Especially a 43-year-old man. I should not have to tell a therapist and a doctor today that I don't feel safe in my own home. And when they say, oh, why? There's a 77-year-old woman who's narcissistically abusing me, mentally and emotionally abusing me. They almost laughed. It's not funny. It's not funny. They don't understand. They're not the ones having to deal with it. They're not living with her for all these years. They haven't been dealing with her for 9 years. Okay? So, no, it's not a joke. It is absolutely very real. And I'm not your average guy. I am emotional, or what do you call it? I am very, not vulnerable, but you know, I'm more sensitive. And on top of it, I'm a good person and I'm religious, and I don't live like normal people. I want peace and quiet and just normalcy, and I don't have it. I've never had it with this woman. In fact, I've never had it ever in my life, what I seek. So, I'm just fantasizing and praying and begging for God to give me, at this point, a home on some land away from everybody. I don't want to see a neighbor within a stone's throw. I want to be in the wilderness, in my own little house in the country, on a farm, quiet, away from people. I'll plant my own garden. I'll have animals. I don't care. But I need a break from people. Like, I'm surrounded by people 24/7 all the time. And I'm driving on the road every day all over the state. I'm tired. I don't want to be around people. And when all hell breaks loose this year, and it's anarchy and chaos and you know, martial law and looting and rioting and civil, I don't want to be around that crap. I really don't. You all kill yourselves. Have fun. I don't want to be part of it. I just want to be left alone. Is that a problem? Like, cause I just me and God. Like Enoch or whatever, and then God took him. Like, that's all I want. I just want peace and quiet and my own clean, safe home where I don't have to worry about anybody but God and myself for a while. Just for a while. And that's it. I want to find out who I am and what God wants me to do, and I want to be able to hear Him, and I want to be able to just focus on the Bible and pray. I don't want to have to go to work all the time every day and deal with people, nag. I don't want to live with somebody anymore like that. This is what I'm begging God for, like, please. And if I have to join a monastery to do it, fine. I don't care if I'm a hermit at this point. Something's got to give. I can't keep going this way. But now, I got to make sure I get through this medical crisis now and make sure that I don't have cancer or whatever they're so concerned about. I mean, I got plans. Like, I'm trying to get out of here. I don't need this. It's just another roadblock, another delay. I'm sick of it. It's always a delay. But it might be my answer. I know this sounds morbid, but just imagine if I have a medical prognosis that I'm dying of cancer. I don't care. Like, I can honestly tell you, I don't care. I'm happy. I literally welcome it. As long as I go up. Like, maybe this is God's answer. Like, okay, you've suffered enough. I'm calling you home. I would throw a party. Like, don't cry for me. Pray for me, but don't cry. I would, because it's my only escape. You don't understand what I've gone through for 43 years. I want to go home. Like, when God calls me, I'm going. Like, I'm not going to say no. Give me more time down here. You out of your mind? Can I go now? Like, I tell him every night, I'm like, Lord, whenever you're ready. I don't care if I don't wake up tomorrow. I'm ready. Let's go. Like, I don't care. If you want me to stay, fine, I'll stay, but anytime. Like, I'm done down here. I really am. But if you say I gotta stay, you got something you need me to do, no rush. But whenever you're ready, I tell him that because I just want to make sure I'm in a state of I'm not in a state of mortal sin. I want to be in a state of grace, and I want to be ready. So, I don't know, maybe this is his answer saying, okay, Steve, I'm tired of hearing you complaining. I'm calling you out of here. Few months of suffering, some cancer, whatever, and then you'll be home. Great. Fine. Let's get it going. Purgatory on earth. Let's go. Seriously. And you think I preach now? I will use that illness and I will reach so many souls with it. I don't care if I got tubes hanging out of me. You will know who I am through the whole process. That's how I am. You give me lemons, I'll make lemonade. I don't care. You're not going to stop me. I'm going to make the best out of the situation. That's what I do. And we've been here before, and I've had cancer scares before, and then it disappeared, and then it came back, and then it disappeared. And, it's like a freaking roller coaster. And I'm tired. And I've had a lot of surgeries, and I've gone through the gamut. And so, but by the way, I got to say, I look pretty good considering today. I could actually say I got a new haircut. I got a shaved face. I look a little younger considering I haven't slept in days. So not all is gone. Not all is gone. There's some hope, I think. I mean, unless, I don't know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I don't very rarely compliment myself, but I think I look pretty good right now. So there's something positive to say. Ooh. Least important thing, vanity, but at least I look cute, right? Other than that, that's it. That's everything. That's what I've been going through. And I didn't say all of this before because I was hoping it would blow over. I was hoping for the best. I was hoping she would stop. But just again today, she admitted that early this morning she went to a doctor's office and threw me under the bus again and reported me to social workers for abuse again. I just pray to God that this woman gets caught out and falls in her own trap. Anything that happens to her at this point, I'm just going to have to say, you deserve it. Like if she ends up in a home or a psych ward, she deserves it. If I get kicked out and she ends up, nobody's there to save her and she's laying there on the floor and dies, she deserved it. Because she did it to herself. She's always done it to herself. That's the thing about her. And she's ruining my life with hers. She's always making bad decisions that have terrible consequences, and then she goes, oh well. Doesn't seem to care. She's very careless. She don't care about her health. She don't care about who she hurts when she's driving down the street in her car and hitting everybody. Doesn't care. Does she risk people's lives? She doesn't care about her body and all the garbage she's eating. She doesn't care if she don't take her meds right. She don't care how many times she ends up in the hospital and what it does to me. She don't care how much she's aggravating and putting stress and strain on me every day. She just don't care. Now, maybe she's clinically depressed. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I'm at a point where I'm getting mad. Like, I don't care. And I'm like, Lord, get her. Like, I literally go in my room. I shut the door while she's... And I hide in my room and I get on my knees and I cry and I say, Lord, help me. Help me. Make her go away. Like, punish her. Do something. Get rid of her. When is it going to stop? You got to help me. I can't do anything. I got to keep dealing with it. Give me the strength to deal with it. Give me the patience, Lord. Give me the ability to love her. Give me the ability to forgive her. Give me the strength, Lord, to keep dealing with her. What do you want me to do? Lord, please take care of this. Please take care of this woman for me. Get her out of my life. Get me out of here. Please, but don't put me on the street. I don't deserve to be homeless on the street after all this. This is not my doing. Don't let her do this to me, Lord. If anybody has to leave this trailer, let it be her. Like whether she has a stroke and dies in a body bag, God forbid, or she, ends up in a home, let it be her. Psalm 91. Don't let your servant be put to shame, Lord. These are what I pray. I've been praying every day like that. Like, Lord, I can't stop her. I can't change her. She won't listen. She won't stop doing this to me. What am I going to do? So you got to help me, Lord. You're the only one that can help. So I keep praying the Psalms, and I keep getting on my knees, and I pray the rosary, and I beg God. I beg him. And I pray all night long until I fall asleep. That's all I can do is just keep praying and praying and praying and praying and praying. And it's been going on for so long. When, Lord, will you avenge me? When will you make her stop? So I'm just asking to get out and to my own place. That's what I really want. If there was any way I can just have my own home and get away from her, then I could work full time again or whatever and just take care of myself. And whatever happens to her, that's her problem at this point. After all that she's done to me, stab me in the back, throw me under the bus, after all I've done for her, and this is how she repays me, then hey, she deserves it. She deserves it. That's like as bad as rejecting Jesus' death on the cross for you. If you still say, no, Lord, you didn't die for me, I don't care, then you deserve to go to hell if you're going to reject what he's done for you. Well, if Donna wants to keep doing this to people who help her all the time, then maybe she needs to find out the hard way what it's like to truly be alone in life. I've had to find that out. Maybe she needs to know what it's like to be homeless or to have no way to drive anywhere and to have no car. Because there's been times where I had no car and no one to help me or bring me anywhere. I had to walk or take a bus. Okay? Maybe she's going to have to find out the hard way that Steve's not... Here's what I wonder. Who's she going to blame when I'm gone? People will finally catch on to her nonsense when I'm no longer in the picture. Then who's she going to blame? The doctors are going to catch on real fast that, wait a minute. So all these years you were saying it was Steve. Steve is not here anymore. What's your excuse now? She'll still blame me for the rest of her life. Well, when he was here, but what's your excuse now? Because, by the way, she's still blaming people from 10, 20 years ago. She's complaining about the way she is now from something somebody did to her 10, 20 years ago. The woman never lets go of grudges and she harbors things. And so she's going to take me to the grave and can blame me. She'll be blaming me. And so damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I stay, she gets me jammed up, I get arrested or thrown out on the street. If I leave, she'll come after me and say, my caretaker just left me. What am I going to do? And everybody's going to say, you're a bad Christian. How could you do that to her? I lose either way now. Do you see? Do you see why I'm stuck? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I leave, even if I could leave, I can't. But when I and I promise you, as soon as those doors open, I'm out of here. I don't even care if I have to do it while she's sleeping. I will leave in the night and not come back. I don't care. I'll get my stuff out. I'll get a U-Haul. And when she's at a doctor's appointment or while she's asleep, I will leave. And I'll leave her a little note saying, you got what you wanted. God answered your prayer. I don't know who you're going to blame now. Who's going to take care of you now? You're on your own. But then I can get in trouble legally for neglecting her, right? And just leaving. Isn't that like elderly abuse by negligence? I mean, who's going to feed her? Who's going to take care of her pills? So I can't just leave. I'm going to have to go to the state agency on the aging or something if I ever leave and tell them, listen, I got a situation here. I got to go. You need to find someone to replace me. Like she needs someone. She can't be alone. I mean, that's the only thing I can do for her. I'm not going to stay here any longer if I don't have to. So I'm really hoping and praying and believing for a miracle somehow that the doors are going to open somehow. Maybe God will make a way where there is no way, and I'm out of here. I'm going to have my own place somehow, or a better job or something. Maybe I'll leave the state. I would love to get out of Connecticut. I want to go somewhere warm, tropical preferably. I don't care if it's an island. I don't want to be in a desert though. I hate deserts. I want to be in a tropical island, or I want to be somewhere down south. Florida maybe, Georgia, I don't care, but I want to get out of here. I'm done with Connecticut. I spent almost my whole life in Connecticut. I hate Wisconsin. I hate the Midwest. I don't want to be up north anymore. So I'm just waiting for the Lord to give me a chance to get out of here. And I promise you, the minute I can, I'm done. I'm gone. If I ever disappear, I found my break. But Donna is going to be a problem, because even if I leave, I'm going to feel guilty. How's she going to take care of herself and her daughter? I do all that. You know, what's going to become of her? Is she going to drag me to court or try to sue me for abandoning her? You know, I'm on the house. I'm on the deed, the lease. I'm on the bank accounts. I'm on everything. I got to get a lawyer, and I got to come off of all that stuff. I'm in the will. She's got me in the will. Like, I'm literally, like, practically married to the woman. I'm stuck. That's why I can't just go. But maybe because of all that, she won't be able to just get me kicked out either. However, I think that that's why she's doing this. I think that someone told her, you're a fool for putting him on everything, because now you can't just kick him out. You can't just get rid of him. Like, he's on everything. Like, you've got to find a legitimate reason for the law to get rid of him, because he's not doing anything wrong. So I think that's what she's trying to do. I think that she's regretting. Her daughter probably got in her ear and wants the house now or something. So Donna's probably like trying to figure out a legal way to get me off of everything. And if she can get me arrested or accuse me of something and it sticks, then maybe that's what she's trying to do. Like, that's the only way to get me off of everything. I don't know. I don't know what goes through that woman's head, but the crazy talk that comes out of her mouth. I mean, that woman talks to stuffed animals. She talks to the plants. She has full-blown conversations, like an Italian, moving her hands and everything, with people who aren't even there. Even when I'm next to her in the car or on the couch, she's like, oh yeah, really? Oh, okay, yeah. And I'm like, Donna, who are you talking? Nobody, don't worry about it. I do worry because you're having a whole lot of conversation and there's nobody there. Do you see somebody? None of your business. If you're seeing people that aren't there, you either have a gift of talking to ghosts, which, hey, that's fine, I've seen them too, or you are mentally ill and you need help. I'm not mentally ill, mind your business. I think you're schizophrenic. None of your business. Well, it is my business because I have to live with this. And you're always doing these crazy things. Okay? Crazy things. So I need to know how bad this is getting, because I don't know if it's dementia or schizophrenia or bipolar. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're possessed. Then we need a priest. I don't know what to do for you anymore. But it's negatively affecting me. That's all I know. It's ruining my life. Driving me to an early grave. So that also upset her very much. So you can't even have a conversation with the woman, a serious adult conversation, without her getting very angry and turning around on you and using it against you and then telling people that you're abusing her. You're putting her down. He calls me insane. No, I said you're acting insane. Well, that's the same thing. No, it's not. Or, oh, he says I'm stupid. No, you say you're stupid. I said you do stupid things. Well, it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. One is an insult and abuse. The other is just a fact. or an opinion. You know, so everything I say or do over the years, she just turns against me. If I pay her a compliment, she'll turn it around and make it a negative thing. I just can't win with the woman. She thrives on drama. She thrives on negativity. She thrives on power trips. She thrives on me being upset. The sicker I am, the more happy she is. If she sees me keeled over with heart pain, she's got a smirk, ear to ear smile. That's diabolic. If I'm nervous wreck or I can't sleep at night, I got good sleep last night. Oh, I'm so sorry you couldn't sleep again. Is this 3 nights in a row now? Yeah, thanks to you. It didn't bother me. I slept like a baby. You just want to strangle her. Seriously, like the people like that, she just rub it in, rub it in. That's what she does. She loves to spitefully rub it in. And the more she sees me already down, the more she kicks. She purposely kicks me while I'm down. That's also narcissistic abuse. So, anyway, that's what I'm dealing with. I gotta go. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I guess it makes me feel better talking about it, but it does no good. It only probably makes people think I'm stupid or crazy, but if you are Christians out there, now you know what I'm going through. Now you know you need to pray for my health. And you need to pray that I get out of here and get my own place. And, there's a lot of things. You need to pray for Donna doesn't get me jammed up with the law again for no reason. I'm an innocent man. You need to pray for a lot of things. I don't know. Choose. I've given you a lot tonight. I've only told you the truth about what's going on. Like I said, I was hesitant about making this video because I'm also worried it's going to damage my ministry. Making me look like a very weak, pathetic Christian and turn people off from Christ. But at the end of the day, would God want me to be fake or real? I'm just being real. I'm telling you the truth. Maybe this is part of Christian walk. Maybe this is persecution. Maybe this is attack of the devil. It's real everyday life. That's all I know. It's life. And Christian or no Christian, this is my life. This is what I go through. And so I can imagine, like, I walk with the Lord. I try to be holy. I can't imagine what people who don't know Jesus have to go through with no hope and no help at all from God. Wow. Wouldn't want to do that. So, please pray for me. Please keep me in your prayers. If you have solutions or answers or about $100, $200, $300, $500,000 or a house or whatever, let me know. Send it my way, please. That's all I can tell you. But honestly, just pray for me, I guess, because I believe prayer is powerful. And maybe if more people stormed heaven with prayers, God would help and answer. I'm doing all that I can, really. I'm at my wit's end. I've reached the end of my rope. And I'm tired of being a scapegoat, a whipping post. I'm tired of being falsely accused. I'm tired of being slandered, having my reputation destroyed. I'm tired of her putting my career on the line. I'm tired of not being able to sleep at night because I'm worried that this woman's going to end up making me homeless on the street, especially when I have all these surgery appointments and stuff coming up. I don't know why she's so wicked and doing this to me. It makes no sense. But then again, doesn't make sense because she's not well mentally. I know that. I don't know what else to say. There is nothing else to say. I've covered it all. So, sorry about this long negative video. I'm sorry that it's not uplifting. I'm sorry to be such a downer and so needy. Sorry I cried publicly. I'm not looking for pity and sympathy. I'm not. I am looking for prayers. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. I've tried everything I can possibly do as a human. There's nothing more I can do in this situation. I can't make my credit get better. I can't afford high interest rates. I can't get an apartment or a loan. I can't afford rent. I only make $300 a week. I'm not well. They're actually talking about putting me on disability. So that means I probably either won't be able to work at all anymore, or I'll be limited to pretty much 4 hours a day. And pretty much, honestly, guys, that's all I can handle lately. It's all I can handle. I can't stand for very long. I can't sit for very long. I've got bladder issues, prostate issues, liver failure, kidney problems, heart problems, thyroid disease, diabetes. My entire back from the top vertebrae to the coccyx bone is destroyed. It's all bone on bone, degenerative disc disease. Like, there's so many things wrong. I'm in chronic pain every day. I can't lift stuff. I can't go to the gym. I can't play sports. I can't jog. I can't do sit-ups. I can't do push-ups. I can't do hard labor. I can't stand for too long in one spot. I gotta move. I can't sit for too long. I lose circulation in my legs. I've also got vascular disease and aneurysm issues and blood clot issues. All kinds of problems. If you see, my legs are full of veins. I got my teeth. I have a bunch of teeth that need to be replaced. They're broken and just rotting in there. I can't get the caps or the implants, and I can't chew without these teeth. There's none left, so I can't pull them yet because... So you can imagine how unfun it is to have painful, rotting teeth. But if I take them out, I can't chew at all. I'm already having trouble chewing. There'll be no molars left at all, top or bottom, if I remove them. So I'm waiting for a financial miracle so I can get some teeth. Now I possibly have glaucoma. I've been losing my vision. The eye doctor's on glaucoma drops, but he doesn't know if it's glaucoma. It could be a brain tumor. He doesn't know yet. So I lost vision in my left eye yesterday. It could have been a stroke. It could be a tumor. We don't know. I got Chiari malformation of the brain. I mean, what don't I have? Honestly, I've had skin cancer removed several times. I have a few more spots that are back that I got to get removed. Gee, I'm not making this up. This is pathetic. This is ridiculous. I'm mad. I try not to get mad at God, but I'm like, what is going on up there? Like, this is ridiculous. What did I do to deserve all this? But the Lord's kind of like, Stephen, you could have no legs or arms. You could be quadriplegic. Don't complain. You're right. You could be totally homeless on the street. Don't complain. You're right. So I grin and bear it. And I do complain once in a while, and I tell you guys what I'm dealing with, but it is what it is, and it could always be worse. So you gotta roll with the punches, carry your cross, and just accept what is, and count your blessings, not your curses, even if the curses outweigh the blessings. The last thing I needed, like a hole in my head, was Donna becoming my worst nightmare, while all I do is take care of that woman day and night. And for 9 years, I've been like her devoted house slave and bent over backwards for her and always put her first as if she was my own mother. And she's not. And for what? And all she's done is reported me time and time again to police and social workers and doctors and lied about me just to save her own reputation and her own backside. Because she don't want to go into a home and she doesn't want her mental problems to be documented on record. Because it's a stigma she can never get rid of, she said. So she's living a lie and she's making everybody think that she's doing everything on her own. She doesn't even tell people who don't know that I help her that I help her. She makes it seem like she's totally independent. She's totally mentally well. She's the pillar of health. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. I think sometimes also she just doesn't want to admit to herself that she's in trouble. She's dying. She's getting older. She hates talking about, the possibility of ending up in a wheelchair or in a home. She hates talking about the end of life. She keeps acting like a 10-year-old or 20-year-old. She acts like a child, honestly, like a 5-year-old. And she doesn't want to, she's not ready to go. She's made that very clear. She's like, listen, I don't want to die till I'm like 200. I've got so much I still want to do. I'm already 77. And I don't like you putting limitations on me. I can't drive. I can't eat this. I can't do that, whatever. I'm like, I'm just following the medical plan as a caretaker. That's it. I cannot force you, but I do have to tell you. And as far as being your spiritual director, pretty much, because I'm the only one that knows anything about Catholicism in her life, and I brought her into the Catholic Church. I got her baptized. I'm practically her godfather. Well, I'm responsible before God to make sure she understands the faith in the Bible. So I'm kind of like a pastor to her. And so, yeah, whether she likes it or not, I've got to explain to her, you're in sin, or this is sin, or you can't do that, or whatever. But all I get... Thank you, Lord. I think the Lord just told me something. That's why I said, do not throw your precious pearls to swine. They will only trample on them and then turn and attack you. I never really considered Donna swine, but yeah, if you think about it, she knows better. She knows what she's doing. She reads the catechism in the Bible. She's not just become Catholic yesterday. She went through a year or two of training, RCIA. She became confirmed, First Holy Communion, baptism, all that stuff. She knows right from wrong. She knows the Bible now. She knows Catholicism. She's read that catechism. She knows. So at this point, if she chooses to rebel, that's on her, and she can't say she was ignorant because she knows. She just doesn't like it and doesn't want to obey. And she literally tells me, I'll do this, but I won't do that. I'll obey this, but I won't obey that. I agree with this in God's word, but I don't agree with that. I'll do this commandment, but I won't fulfill that commandment. I won't obey that commandment. Well, you can't pick and choose. This isn't an ice cream shop. You got to do what all of it or nothing, I keep telling her. Well, then I'll go to hell. I don't care because I'm not doing all of these things. But nobody's making you do it. But I am warning you that God said what he said and he meant it. And if you continue with this bad attitude towards God and his commandments, you're commanded to love the law and to love the Lord your God with everything. Your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul, your flesh. And if you love your mother, father, sister, brother, son, or daughter more than you love him, you're disqualified. You're not worthy of him, he says. So what are you doing, Donna? Well, it only gets her even more irritated with me. But I don't care if she hates me. Because God expects me to teach her the truth. As he expects me to teach anyone I preach to. I need to teach you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Whether it offends you or not, whether it's politically correct or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you rebel against it or not. But if I don't do this, if I don't do my job as a Christian, your blood is on my hands on Judgment Day. I don't want to go to hell with you for you. So no, I will tell you what you need to know, and then I will shake the dust off my feet and move on. And that's what I do. I do the best I can to say, listen, I don't only preach this, but I try to live it myself to the fullest, the best I can. And so that's all God expects of you as well. Do your best with all your heart. Obey. But you can't force people. So Donna resents me for a million reasons. My family resents me for these reasons. Man, it's not easy being a Catholic in this day and age. But it is what it is. So this too shall pass, because it always does, and it has to. But I'm just praying that God opens a new door for me and then I can get out of here, because I'm tired of this. I'm stagnant and I'm bored and I'm tired and it's killing me. And it will be the death of me if I don't get out of here. But again, I'm not a miracle worker, and I don't have a couple $100,000 to buy a place, and I don't have credit, and I don't have a family, and I don't have friends to take me in. I have nowhere to go. And even if I were to leave, I'm still obligated to a point to take care of Donna anyway, whether I live with her or whether I go and visit her and take her places or whatever. I still got to do her meds. I still got things I got to do for her. But it would be nice to not have to be trapped with her day in and day out. But I know what's going to happen. The minute I leave and get my own place, if I ever get my own place, she'll fall, she'll end up in a hospital, she'll have a stroke, or she'll die, or she'll take her meds the wrong way and get very sick, or something stupid will happen because, again, she's not supposed to be on her own. And so then I'll feel terrible the rest of my life, that I left. Or I'll be accused and brought to court. I mean, who knows? I just have a feeling that even if I was able to leave tomorrow, even if I had $1 million and I left tomorrow, she'll find some way to make me pay. She'll find a way to haunt me or ruin it. She'll still drag me to court somehow. Even if only out of spite. And let me tell you, that woman is a spiteful woman. If you do everything she wants, she'll be happy. But the minute, she's like a baby with a pacifier. You take that out of her mouth, and it never stops until you put it back. And that's how she is. If she does not get her way, woe be to you. She will give you the silent treatment. She'll make it really weird and awkward. She'll start making comments and jabs and threats, and then she'll report you to the authorities. That's what she does. It's a cycle with her. It's a well-documented cycle. It's a broken record in this house. So I have to keep jumping for her at all times, no matter what. Otherwise, she's going to get me in trouble. So that's like blackmail. That's evil. That's narcissistic behavior and abuse. And I am tired of it. So I'm going to read these comments again eventually. There's a ton of them. I'm sorry I don't read the comments while I'm talking because I can't. First of all, I don't have my glasses on. And as I told you, this eye is hard to see out of. And this one is not good without glasses either. So I can't even read the comments right now. I can't even really see my face on the camera. I got to go like this to see. So forgive me for not reading your comments. I'll go back and read them later. But I can't read the comments and answer questions and talk at the same time. So, all right. But that is one thing that I got to start doing. Eventually, maybe when I start making actual videos again, like, preaching videos, I'll start taking questions. I'll start communicating with you guys, because otherwise I think people get upset and stop watching because they keep talking to me and leaving me comments, but I'm not responding or answering. Because that's when I make a video, it's not about question and answer or talking. It's not a conversation. It's just me having to make the video quickly, like while it's fresh in my mind. I should just turn the comments off. I really should. But I like to go back and reread them later on to see what you guys say. But I realize that there's often a lot of questions or things that you want me to respond to during the video, and I don't see it until I go back and watch the video later. Because oftentimes when I'm talking, I don't even know what I'm saying, like, until I go back and rewatch it. And then I'm like, oh, I don't remember saying that. Like, that wasn't me. It's God talking, or it's just, I'm not, like, I got to go back and rewatch to remember what I said. I don't know. It's weird how that works. Especially when I'm doing a evangelizing or a preaching ministry video. But this was just a rant tonight. This was just me telling you what's going on in my personal life. It's not a religious video, so I'm sorry to disappoint anybody. And I'm sorry to be a bad example. I apologize to you all before God. I'm sorry that I'm not always a strong Catholic person. But listen, I'm a human, and I'm suffering, and I'm scared, and I have problems. And just like everybody else, just because we preach and evangelize and know the Bible and try to be holy doesn't mean that our life is perfect. It's not. I'm telling you, we're just the same as all of you. We just happen to have a Christian label, But we have to go through the same sufferings in life as most of y'all do. Except we try to apply the Bible to it. But in this situation, and the Bible has helped me a lot deal with Donna, Jesus went through it, the apostles went through it, the saints went through it, it's persecution, it's the devil, it's attack, it's great, it's spiritual warfare, blah, blah, blah. However, it still stinks. It doesn't get any easier when you slap a Christian label on it. It's easier to fight it with the Bible, yes. If I wasn't strong in my faith, I would not be here to make this video. I'll tell you that right now. I would have been in the grave a long time ago if it wasn't for my faith and the hope I get from my faith and from God's literal intercession. He does keep me. He does help me in his own way and in his own time, which drives me crazy because he always waits to the last second to step in, but that's his way. You can't force his hand, So anyway, that's it. That's all I got. All right, please, now you understand the whole story. I got things to do, and then I'm going to try to read your comments. I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate your friendship, your prayers, your help, whatever you can offer. At this point, I honestly wish you would all just show up at Donna's trailer when I'm at work and have a good talking to her and say, cut the crap right now because we know what you're doing and you're caught out and it's going to stop you know? Or if Steve ever has to go to court, we will be there testifying for him, because we're not going to let you get away with this. I don't know what you think you're doing. But then again, if the woman's insane, it ain't going to matter anyway, because she don't know what she's doing because she's crazy. And if she's not crazy, then she's possessed by the devil, and Satan don't care what you say. So, again, we have a conundrum here. So, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I've done enough for Donna. Lord, she's in your hands. You deal with her, but get me out of here. Please, please, get me my own place for me and my dog. And that's fine. And you know what? This job, I could actually work more hours and take on more clients and pay for myself if I didn't have to deal with Donna. Imagine, like, I can't imagine. I get tears in my eyes with joy thinking what it would be like, because I haven't experienced this in years. Imagine coming home to my own home and being able to go to bed right after work. Not have to fix dinner or clean up a mess or do something, or, know that I got to get up early for an appointment the next, whatever. Fighting, arguing, stench, whatever. Just come home to a nice, clean home, a nice, clean bed, and just go to sleep at a normal time. And just get up 8-10 hours later, refreshed and awake and refreshed, ready to start the day, and come down to my kitchen and not have to see Donna. What are we eating for breakfast? By the way, you're in trouble with the social workers. By the way, you're going to need to do this, this, and this, and I hope you're not busy, because I got to go here and there, and we're out of this, and this. How nice it would be to just be like, thank you, Jesus, that there's nobody at this table but me. Wow, I can enjoy my breakfast, and it doesn't smell like a sewer or farts. I don't have to clean up shit and piss and dirty diapers, and there's food in the fridge that's not expired or touched with hands that touched feces. It's clean. Everything's where I left it. I mean, just, wow. I had that experience for a little while when I had my own trailer, even though the trailer was falling apart. It was a dump. It wasn't my fault. It was a shell. I lived in a shack. But it was my shack, and let me tell you, I would take it back. Gladly, because to have my own space. You don't understand, as an adult man or woman, as an adult, how important having your own space, your own home is. Your own sanctuary. And then Donna has the audacity to complain too today. Well, I keep telling her how I never get a moment alone. I never get rest. I never get to enjoy the house. I clean, I cook, I work, I clean, I cook, I work. I never get to just sit down on a nice clean couch, because it's filthy. She throws food on the couch. I don't even want to discuss how dirty it is all the time. I can't just come home from work and just have a cup of tea and read my Bible and just sit or put on some TV and relax. It's and then there's filth, and it stinks, and the garbage has to go out, and there's shit on the floor, and there's stuff piled everywhere, and it's like, okay, I cleaned this up at 2 a.m. when I got home. I woke up at 10, it was a mess again. I cleaned it up again. I did the dishes, I did the laundry, put those away. I go to work, I come home, it's a mess again. I clean it up again. I go to bed. I wake up. It's the same broken record. She just keeps piling crap and purposely spilling and making. It's almost purpose. Like I told her, I said, why don't you just go around and pee on everything to mark your territory? Because that's what you're doing. You're purposely making my time be in vain. You see that I cook and I clean and I wash the floors and I do all this stuff, and you just go and purposely walk through with the muddy shoes. Right after I'm done, the floor ain't even dry. Why are you so disrespectful? Why do you wouldn't like it if someone did that to you? Well, I don't put that kind of effort into it. I don't care if it's clean or dirty. I don't live like that. You're the one that's a germaphobe. You're the neat freak around here. I could care less. I'm like, but for my sake, you could be courteous and say, gee, Steve just spent 4 hours of his day cooking and cleaning for me, giving me a nice home, and never gets to enjoy it. Because I shit it up right after he's done. He comes home and it's disgusting. I do that because she likes it. She likes it dirty. like a pig. You could take a pig out of the mud, but you can't take the mud out of the pig. It's going to go right back into the pig again, into the mud again. You take a girl out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the girl. This is intrinsically in them, ingrained. She is a slob, pack rat, careless person. She likes it. She's not. She even told me she hated coming over my trailer because it was always like a catalog. It didn't look lived in. Everything was picturesque and perfect and white and clean. Made her uncomfortable. She hated how neat it was. Well, I loved it. I don't like things out of place. I don't like wasting time. I want to know where everything is. And so that when I need something, I know where to go and I don't have to spend 10 minutes of my life finding something because you put it back after you use it. Keep it in the right spot. I'll go and clean everything and then she'll go and take everything out and she'll take her scissors out and put it over there. She won't put it back. She never puts anything back. She takes a coat off the hanger and then puts the coat on the table or on the chair or on the floor or on... I'm like, why can't you just hang it right back on the hanger where you got it from? So I got to do it. No, you don't. You can just leave it alone. I don't care. I'm like, I need to sit down at the table and I don't want to keep sitting with your stinky coat falling on the floor every second. Put it back. Nah, you can do it. So never. If I ever get married, that wife better be more OCD than I am. She better be super Catholic and super clean. And she better know how to cook and clean. And otherwise, I'll stay single. And I will never have a roommate again unless you are like me. You better be prayerful and you better be neat and clean because I am not putting up with this crap anymore. Enough with the pack rats, careless, hoarder, filthy people who don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom. All this stuff. I'm sick of running around with a Clorox bottle in my hand, having to sanitize every knob and everything you've touched after you came out of the bathroom or picked your nose, blow your nose and then touch everything. That's what she does. Constantly blow her nose and sticks it in her pocket. Blow her nose, stick it on the table, on the counter I just washed, in the kitchen, on the plate, or next to my dinner plate, or put in her purse. I'm like, ew, everything is getting contaminated. Or she goes to the bathroom and you see the feces under her nails, and then she goes and touches my cold cuts. Oh, were those yours? They're yours now. What's the matter? I just touched them. So what? Look at your fingers. Oh, I washed my hands. You did? What's that? Oh, well, maybe I didn't. You know, the fact that I have to remind you to wash your hands before touching food in this house and the refrigerator. Look, there's poop on the handle of the refrigerator. Now, that's why I don't touch anything around here without Clorox. Well, that's your problem. It doesn't bother me. I can't take it. It's disgusting. This is what I've been living with for 4 years. And she used to do that to my house. Every time she'd leave my house, I'd have to go and sanitize everything. Literally. I am sick of slobs. Don't be a slob in life. Be grateful that you have things. You could be living in a shack in the third world country with dirty water, with no clean clothes, with no roof over your head. There are poor people on the street that would love to have a nice home. And people who don't appreciate what they do have, shame on you. Take care of what you got. I don't care if all you've got is a tissue box. You treat it like it's everything in the world to you. Don't be ungrateful. God's going to judge you. He gives you your lot in life. You better take good care of what you got, including your body, because you only got one. And it's on loan. He gave it to you. You better take care of it. Otherwise, you got to move out. And where are you going to go? Hell. So you better keep good care of what you have. Stop abusing everything and taking everything for granted. See, this generation throws everything away like a used tissue. Everything's disposable. Can't be bothered. Oh, I don't want to do dishes. I'll just eat off paper plates. I'll throw it away and fill up a landmine and kill the earth. Because I can't be bothered. I'm too lazy to wash the dishes. Or I want to say, I'm Greta Thorne idiot and I want to save the water so I won't use a dishwasher. Oh, shut up. Idiot. We don't have a lack of water around here. In fact, global warming's melting the ice caps. We're going to be flooded out. We're not going to run out of water. Don't worry about it. Wash your clothes. Wash your dishes. Take a shower. Wash your hands. Wash everything. Do it again. Seriously. Stop being stupid. Green my butt. Can't stand stupid people. Really. Honestly. This world is run by them. Anyway, now I'm getting bitter. So I'm going to end this before I start getting angry. I went from being very sad and depressed to pissed off now. Because when I think of the stupidity I have to endure every day, it really gets me mad. I shouldn't have to deal with this. So I can't wait to have my own place and not have to deal with it again. I just have a big problem. Money and credit. I need money, a heck of a lot of it, to get a place. And land. Everything's about money. I can't stand it. Oh well. Such is life. Pray that I win the lottery. Pray that some rich person sees this video and takes pity on me and says, hey, I don't really need $140 million. I think I can spare to buy this poor little Christian guy a house. I mean, it would be my good charity deed for the year. You know, do so. I mean, if I was rich, you bet your butt I'd be housing people. If I had that kind of money, I'd be buying people houses, cars, whatever. That's the kind of person I am. I probably wouldn't be rich long, but you know what? At least I made people's lives better. I can't stand rich people who keep it all, hoard their money like Donna hoards her trash and don't help nobody. I don't have anything as it is and I'm giving my money away. I can't even afford to be helping people, but I do. And I only make $300 a week. And I end up regretting giving the money away. I'm a big tipper. If something like this kid did a really good job in my hair today, he really he was new, so he did a real good job. He spent like an hour, and it was so relaxing. He did a good job. Like, I don't have to shave again. Like, he actually did a good job. And he you know what, he only asked for $35. Everybody else has asked me for $45 to $50 if they just do a quick job on my face and a haircut. I gave the kid like $50 or $60, and he only asked me for $35. And I said, how much do I owe you? He's like, $35. I'm like, dude, you deserve a lot more than that. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, you deserve it. You get what you pay for. You did a good job, and I'm not going to give you $35 for this because I've given people $60 for worse. And you know what? I can't afford to do this, but I really want to encourage you to please take time on your customers. Don't just rush like we're just a number, because I've had a hell of a day today, and this was the only good thing that happened to me today. That I got a haircut that I waited a month for and a shave. So it really meant a lot to me. So here, I want to tip you. And he was in tears, and he gave me a hug, and then I left. It was my good deed for the day. And thank God for that. He took time to do it right, because everybody else for the past 10 haircuts has screwed it up. And then when I ask him, when I pay $10 extra to shave my face, I still got to go home and reshave it again because they leave patches everywhere. He didn't do that this time. So yeah, I don't mind tipping. I'll tip a loser anyway. Sometimes I tip people who do a bad job, and I tell them, you did a real crappy job, but here, it'll keep you honest. Maybe next time you'll do a better job. And I tip them anyway. And I'm not trying to reward a bad job. I'm trying to get a point across. You don't need to be a jerk. Do your job. It's the only thing you got to do. Do it. Maybe you feel underpaid. It's not worth your time. So I want to make sure you know that when I come in next time, I'm worth your time. And then there's other people who, they don't even ask for a big tip or expect one. And I reward them even more because they didn't ask. And I want to bless somebody who deserves it. If you don't cultivate the good in this world, there's not going to be any left. You want to encourage those people to do better and to keep doing a good job. Because it does matter. It does matter. I do care about my haircut. And it's the first time I got one the way I wanted it in a long time. And I went to 5 different barbershops. And everybody screwed it up. And I showed them photos of what I wanted. And I showed them photos of what the haircut looked like the last time. And they still couldn't manage. Why? Because they're just in a rush. And that's it, out the door. And they want to charge $50, $60 for it. And then this kid only charged $35, and he spent over an hour fussing. And so I'm like, no, I'm going to give you a good tip because you deserve it. And so we have to do things like that. Don't be a miser in life. God doesn't make me rich, but he does provide for me. Even though I'm dirt poor, I still tip, and I still help, and I still buy homeless people food and water, and I still buy gifts for people, and I still do stuff. So if I can do it when I'm barely making ends meet, and sometimes I can't eat for a couple days because I don't have money for groceries, but I don't complain about it because you know what? I did a good thing. I feel better about it. And it helps someone. So God rewards me. He really does. He always rewards me when I need it. I don't have to worry. If I'm hungry, food finds its way to me. Or if I'm short for a bill, someone ends up showing up. You know, I need a car, someone buys me one. I need a roof over my head. Donna comes along, and I live with the devil for 4 years. Regardless, you know what I mean? So you can't outgive God. Now, don't be like one of those stupid Protestant preachers who say, oh, sow $1,000 seed and God will... No. Don't give money to preachers. Give it to people who need it, who don't ask for it. And you know what? When I see people homeless on the street, I'll give it to somebody who asks, but I really like to give it to the ones who are not asking. I like to go up and surprise someone who's laying on the floor in a trash bag and say, here's $50, here's $100. The look on their face is priceless. And I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be there. So I like to keep it going, you know. I can't stand panhandlers who keep bothering you and asking you and stuff because they're making more money and they probably don't even need it. The ones who seem to need it the most, they don't ask. Maybe they feel like it's too late. I don't know. But that's the people I look for. I like to bless people who, and you know what, when I'm at a function or a school dance or whatever the case, I look for the people who are the flies on the wall. Who are sitting, nobody's talking to them, nobody's dancing with them, I go up to them and start a conversation. I bring them into the fold. I introduce them to people. Because I know what it's like to sit there and wait, event after event, and no one even sees me, or ever asks me to dance, or even talks to me. I don't do that. I see someone, and I don't care how fat and ugly they are, I don't care if they're sitting there twitching, picking their nose, I don't care if they're retarded. Go and talk to them. It's not fair to constantly be unseen in the world, full of people. Do you know how terrible it feels? Because I know this very well. To be surrounded by people all the time and nobody sees you. You feel more alone in life when you're in a crowded room with people than you are when you're alone. I'd rather be alone. This way I can justify why I feel so alone and neglected. But when I'm surrounded by people and nobody cares or talks to me, there's no excuse for that. I should not have to feel alone and unseen and neglected and unwanted in a church full of people or in a school dance or anywhere. At a church convention or I don't care what, a concert, restaurant, it doesn't matter. Don't do that to people. Because you don't even know. What if they go home and blow their brains out? I almost did a couple times. You don't know. You could change their whole life by just acknowledging them. By opening a door for them. Or telling them to sit with you at your table. Or giving them a hug. Or just giving them a compliment. Whatever. You know? And then there's people like Donna who just suck the life out of you and don't deserve the attention. And no matter what you do for them, it's never enough. And they just want more and more and more and more. And until you have nothing else to give. And then they turn you in and they stab you in the back and then they move on to the next victim. So you got to be prudent and wise. Don't be a doormat. But give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, if everybody would do these little acts of kindness every day, that's all God's asking. That's all he says is to love your neighbor as yourself. Do to others as you would want done to you. But we don't do it. Maybe for fear of commitment or, if I talk to that person, they'll expect me to talk to them all the time. I might have to actually be friends with the person. Oh man, what if they ask me for a ride home? What if they do? Is it any hair off of your hairy back to do something for them? Is it going to kill you? You know? Just do something. It doesn't always cost money. You know? Sometimes it's just a few minutes of your time. A kind word. Something. Why can't we do that? Or in traffic. Don't always have to jump in front of everybody. I can't stand people who see me coming down the road and they dart out in front of me really quickly and there's nobody behind me. And then they drive slow, making me late. Why can't you be the one to say, I'll wait, let him go? Or if I'm trying to get out in traffic and you don't let me go, you purposely cut me. It's like, why couldn't you just wait a second and let me go in? Who cares if there's one more car in front of you? Like, seriously, now I'm stuck waiting for another 2 lights. Why do you have to... And then they drive slow. Or they pull into the next lot. And it's like, you selfish SOB. What is wrong with you? Me, I'm the kind of person who's always like, come on, anybody need to go? I look for people to bless. Do you understand? It's intentional. I look for people to make their day, to bless in any little way. If everybody would do that, there'd be a lot less fatalities, suicides, despair, a lot less trouble and evil and drama in this world. Nobody's even but like Jesus said, in the end times, the love of man will grow cold. There'll be no love of God or love of neighbor anymore. People will have stony hearts. They will be selfish, lovers of self and lovers of pleasure. They won't care about anybody else. Now, how are you supposed to bring the light of Christ to people if you won't extend your heart or a loving gesture or let someone cross in front of you in traffic, something, or get someone some water on the side of the road, or if you have a bag of chips or something in your car for a homeless person, whatever, whenever you see a need. Like, even if it's just one a day, you can't help everybody, but one a day would change the world drastically. Nobody thinks like this. And if they do, then they're not doing enough. And I'm not boasting. God forbid, I don't want to lose my reward. But if somebody like me who's constantly freaking down and out can do this every day, why can't the rest of you? Like, seriously, I don't want to hear excuses. A lot of you have better jobs, better money, better life. You have families that love you. You spend Christmas and holidays with your friends and family who loved you. I had no one but Donna sitting there. So I called the social worker on you. Oh, what a happy Christmas and Eve it was for me. And Christmas and New Year's. We went through New Year's Eve fighting. The ball fell while Donna and I are screaming at each other. Or I'm screaming at her at that point. That's not how I want to ring in the new year. After a few hours earlier, I was at Mass and I did 3 scrolls of consecration to God and the Blessed Mother, trying to be a saint. Making all these vows of holiness. And then she struck again. And how unholy I ended up being for the new year. And I was so disappointed because I broke my vows to God and I didn't intend to. I was really trying to start off the new year holy and right, and it was a disaster. But if Donna wasn't there, or had I actually gone out like I wanted to with some friends, instead of worrying about leaving her home alone on New Year's Eve, it wouldn't have happened. And I would have enjoyed my New Year's Eve. But instead, I didn't want to leave her home by herself, because even if she says it doesn't bother her, it does. And then she'll retaliate for the next week. So I stayed home. And we don't even have cable. So there was no ball dropping or anything to watch. It was just, I don't know what I was doing, cooking. I think I made desserts or something. And then she was ruining the whole night. Making it miserable. And I just wanted to run out of the house, but there was nowhere to go. And it was cold. And couldn't leave her. So that was I'm tired of this. Like 4 years in a row of just miserable holidays. Or no holiday at all. Me sitting there while she's in the hospital or at Gaylord rehab and I'm stuck in her house sitting on the couch by myself. That's why I got a dog. Because there's a lot of times where I was stuck in her house by myself and she was in rehab for months on end. Or in the hospital for months. So anyway, I've said a lot here. I'm bouncing all over. Forgive me. You know me, my mind's got a lot to say. But I am right. And I just think that it's safe to say I think I deserve something good for myself now. I think it's time that something good happen for Steve and stay. Something that's not going to be taken away. Like, I'm not going to go to seminary and be so excited with all my heart and then 6 months later be homeless. Have it all taken away from me. I'd rather have never have gone. I'd rather have never experienced that joy that I experienced when I got accepted in the seminary. I'm telling you, it meant more to me. That was the happiest day of my life. I felt better than if I had won $400 million. Like, you could have offered me $400 million and I would have said, no, I'm going to seminary. Literally, I mean that. I was so happy for the first time in my life. And then as soon as I got there, and bullying and attacking and why don't you leave? We don't want you here. How'd you get here? And it was every day for 6 months. So I finally quit and left. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I had cardiac issues. I went into the hospital. They complained about that. I cost them money at the hospital, $1,500 hospital bills, and why don't I just leave? I'm useless to the order. So I left, and it's just gone downhill from there. So something's got to break. I hope, but every time I say that, you hit rock bottom and it goes even further. So I give up. I don't know. Whatever it's going to be is going to be. I don't know anymore. But I'm not going to keep hoping and dreaming and wishing and praying for something that's never going to happen. Because it's not happening. And I don't know why. I'm at my end. So let me make sure that I'm not dying of cancer now. And if I am, I will let you all know. And then I guess it doesn't matter anymore, does it? Because I'll be spending the last few months of my time fighting for my life. And I will never have that vocation or that wife or that house or anything. And that's just life. And that's probably what's going to happen to me. I figured it would happen that way. But maybe I'll go to heaven, I won't miss this planet. I tell you, I will not miss this planet. That's for damn sure. And if I'm in heaven, don't bother me. I'm not coming back. I'm so through with this place and these people. I still love people, but I don't need this anymore. I really don't. So we'll see what happens. It's just the beginning of the year. But I also know that, I know what's coming this year also in the world, and it ain't going to be good. So we got that coming too that I got to deal with. And that worries me too. What if I'm laid up in surgery and then they have another lockdown or a war or, I don't know, an asteroid hits. God knows what's going to come this year. The mark of the beast, and I'm stuck helpless in bed and I can't run for my life to get away from it. Something stupid. I don't know. I don't want to be incapacitated during all this that's coming, So that worries me too. I'm like, Lord, you can't let me be sick now. Like, I can't afford to be sick now at the end times with all this stuff going on. I got to survive. Like, what if I have to live in the woods? What if I have to survive and run for my life? Like, what if I have to be drafted or something? Like, I don't have time for this. I really don't have time to be getting surgeries or having cancer or any of this crap. I'm tired. I don't have time. I don't. I'm just too busy. So, this can't happen, guys. This can't happen. I need you to storm heaven with prayers. There's got to be a way around this. Or maybe I don't need surgery. Maybe they'll find some other way. I don't see how they can at this point, but I don't know. I just don't want to go through it anymore. Those surgeries are not fun. They're very painful and they're long suffering. I've done it enough. I don't want to do spinal surgeries anymore. It's the last thing I need right now. And I don't want to be at daughter's mercy. And I don't want to be put in some facility because she decides to kick me out. Or she can't. Or what if I'm laid up somewhere and then she has nobody and something happens to her and she ends up being put in a facility and they take our house. And then I come back and my stuff is gone and my home is gone because they liquidated it to pay for her stupid place or whatever. And now I lose my home. Like, no, we can't have this happen. So yeah, do something. Help me. Figure it out. I don't know. You know what? I hate asking for this, but, maybe I should have asked 4 years ago for something. It would have been real nice had maybe somebody put together some kind of a charity thing for me and raised money so that 4 years later I had enough money to get a house. Like, how come nobody ever thought of doing that for me? Like a GoFundMe page. Like, I've always wanted to ask, but I didn't dare. I didn't want to ask for charity. I was hoping that somebody might do that, but I didn't want to have to ask for it. But it's been 4 years, and nothing. So you guys have been hearing me moan and bitch and complain for 4 years about what's going on, and 4 years later, there's still no hope. Things have just remained stagnant. Isn't that a cue that, gee, maybe we can start doing something for this poor guy? Just a thought. Christmas came and went. I was kind of hoping maybe a miracle. Maybe somebody would say, hey, Steve, we raised money all year for you. hey, we got you a place, or we got you enough money to put a down payment on a house, or whatever. Nothing. I prayed, I hoped. God knows I tried. I worked extra hours. I tried to save money, to no avail. And my fellow brothers and sisters did nothing either. So, I'm not trying to lay on the guilt, I'm just saying, now would be the time, guys, if you're going to do this, okay? I really need the help. You know? I mean, could I at least please die in my own place? Is that so much to ask? Even if I have cancer, can I please have my own privacy for a few days on earth? Or must I be subject to misery all the way to the end? You know? Like, please, help a brother out. I'm not saying you have to put your own money in there, but I'm sure that if you gave my sad story to the world and put it on like a GoFundMe page, somebody would put some money in there. Just a thought. I don't know. Or maybe you know some rich people who like to bless people. Maybe there's some kind of TV show out there that, like Oprah or something, who if you write into them and say, hey, can you help this guy? Miracles could happen. You know? I don't know. But just a thought. I'm not going to do it for myself because that would just be wrong. I've done it for other people. I've done GoFundMes for people. I've helped other people. But I need it for me now. You know? Hint, hint. Merry Christmas. Birthday's coming up. I'll be 44 in February. Now I'm asking. Yes, okay? I feel like such a sleaze right now. Even having to ask. It really, my stomach's in knots. I'm not kidding you. I feel like a scumbag even having to ask for charity right now. But it's not going to fall out of the sky. And you have not because you ask not. Or you ask for the wrong reasons. That's biblical, right? Now I sound like one of those stupid fake preachers who are asking for money all the time. But this ain't for me to have a private jet or a mansion in Malibu. This is just for me to have my own roof over my head. For my own sanity. Okay? Because I need it. I need help. And I need peace of mind. And a safe place to live. That's all. Alright, anyway, I gotta go. I got a ton of stuff to do now. Oh, man. Tomorrow's a bunch of doctor's appointments again, and I still gotta go home to that witch. Oh, God help me. I haven't slept in God knows how long. I won't be able to sleep tonight because I don't know what she's doing because she hasn't answered the phone, and she was already telling me that she was already pissed off before I left this morning and starting fights and telling me that she reported me to social workers and she's going to be talking to people and she wouldn't tell me what she was talking about, but she told me that she had reported me and this and that, and what little she did tell me was not good. And so I'm like, so you did it again. You did it again. Like, what is this, the 9th time now? Like, why? You know that I'm dangling by a thread here. You know you're kicking me while I'm down. I don't deserve this, Donna. I just gave you a great Christmas and whatever. Why do you do this to me? Are you mad about Julie? Are you mad about that I'm looking for houses? I don't get it. Like, I don't even care anymore what goes through this woman's head. We're not dealing with a full deck of cards here, and I don't know what it is: jealousy, animosity, anger, resentment, all of the above. She just happens to like abusing people because she's a narcissist. That could be it. I don't know. Maybe she secretly hates white men because she is black, and the last 3 white men she dated left her with a child to raise by herself and treated her bad and were married. So, whose fault is that, though? It's her fault, ultimately. But so she probably resents men, and she resents white people, and she's racist, she's black. So I always have to hear about how the white men are oppressing black people, and how she's been mugged and abused her whole life by white people, and white men have always taken advantage of her, and this, that. And yet she's telling this to a white man who lives with her and takes care of her. Real nice. Classy. Nothing but class, this woman. Now, I could sit there and tell her all the times that I've had my car broken into by black people, that I've had guns in my face, that I've been punched in the face by black people and mugged, okay? When I was in school in West Haven, black people used to pick on me and take my lunch and threaten me. I was the only white kid around. I know what it feels like, too, to be the only white person in the room and all black. Okay, so I don't want to hear, I was the only black girl in an all-white school. Oh. Well, I'm sure it was easier to be a black girl than it was a black guy, first of all. Because the men will beat the crap out of you. Men do that. They're brutal. Okay? And second of all, you lived in Clinton, in a poshy area of Clinton with a mixed race family. So I'm sure it wasn't as bad as it is for others. So, and if you hate white people so much, then why is every one of your boyfriends who has always been white? And married, by the way. She dated a lot of married white pilots. Yeah. Until finally she got knocked up and had Margaret. So this woman's got some resentment issues. She's got all kinds of stuff. She's a Maya Angelou freak. She's a feminist at heart, she told me. So I got to deal with so many of her issues. It ain't fair. I didn't sign up for this. So she needs to stop. She needs to stop. So with that, I'm going to stop now. And I've said enough. Pray for me, please. And do what you can to get me out of this situation.